Uh-oh. I just lost audio. I don't hear it.
Hi.
Hey, everybody. This is Chris Lindsay at Onatrix, and we are here with One Grung Above. And just as we went live, Sig lost audio, which would explain the perplexed look on his face. So we're going to give him a moment just to recapture audio, hopefully.
In the meantime, we'll talk about Grung.
So, are you good, Sig?
I got no audio.
Oh.
Weird, I'm not hearing anything.
I can hear you. No, that's not funny, Lauren.
Is
Lauren doing it too?
Rejoin? I don't know if you guys can hear me.
We can. Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, let me rejoin.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, folks. We're gonna have him rejoin really quick, and we'll be right back at you in a second.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, while he's gone, what was the stuff that was going to happen to Miyagi in this episode again? You said that...
I can't remember, and neither can he. So that's the important part.
That's true. That's what I thought the perplexed look was.
He's desperately trying to remember.
Did you see it?
Oh, he just wanted a moment to pound his Starbucks. That's what's going on.
Well, that I don't blame him for. I mean, come on.
What's going on?
It's 4 hours of
totally
D&D.
had audio.
Oh.
Can you?
I hear nothing. Oh,
But yes, let's talk about the awesome grung that Satine and Rudy have.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay.
Oh, where's yours, Lauren?
It's in the other room. I was going to get it in the end.
I feel like we have a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will be right back.
Thank you for bearing with us through these technical difficulties.
Okay.
Here we are at Wizard Studios.
Sorry. I got it.
We can hear you, and you can hear us.
Yes.
That's awesome. And as soon as Lauren gets back with her grung, we're ready to go. It'll be a 3 grung show. All right.
Right here.
So last time we played,
This is the best start to the end of a season ever.
yes, the last time we played, the very end of the episode, the grung had basically been coming across the wastelands and seen an Aarakocra who was being mauled by an entire flock of Eblis.
Oh, yeah.
Eblis.
A bird being killed by birds.
That's right. It was bird on bird action, and they jumped in on behalf of the Aarakocra and
bleeped those Iblis.
yes, and you dealt with the Eblis quite handily, actually. And so one Eblis got away, but that's okay because he'll fly away and maybe eat Aarakocra another day. In the meantime, however, you have an unconscious Aarakocra at your feet. You're standing amidst the wastelands here at the base of Kir Sabal in the jungles of Chult. And way up in the distance, you can see things kind of flying around a little bit. I guess you have a moment, though, before anything else might happen. What are you guys going to do with your newfound Aarakocra food supply? I mean, the Aarakocra that's unconscious at your... at the
If I remember correctly, this thing speaks common, right?
Vaguely, yeah. It's currently kind of like he's out.
Oh, unconscious?
Yes.
Okay.
He kind of lurched up for a moment and said something like, "Don't touch me," and then he passed back out again.
Oh, yeah. Honesty Bang.
Yes, ma'am.
I have an idea.
Whatever idea you have is going to be wonderful, I'm sure.
We have to make friends with it, so make it feel better.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to the Aarakocra. I'm going to do exactly what it told me not to do and touch it, and I will cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and cast Cure Wounds.
All right. It will get back. 9 hit points. I rolled a max on that.
Excellent.
Yay.
Amble,
There goes my last spell slot.
Amble will join you in that effort because he feels as though he can actually touch an Aarakocra without getting poisoned, which is important to him anyways.
military helicopter.
Think to us too, if we're trying to make friends with this thing.
What was that sound?
It's like a military helicopter.
It was more of those Aarakocra flying overhead.
It is. The Aarakocra
Yeah,
are
scary
in fact
noises.
descending upon the group as we speak. And the one at your feet kind of wakes up and he opens his eyes and he looks up and he sees you. And then he kind of like curls his feet up underneath himself. And he's like, who are you? And are you going to eat me?
No, we're not going to eat you.
Do you speak?
And I'm assuming it's common?
He is speaking in common. Right.
Excellent.
What are you doing? You're frog people. I was not taken down by frog people. I was
No, you were taken down by other birds.
way up in the air, and you're frog people.
No, you're down here on the ground now. We took care of the other birds. We drove off the other birds. Why are birds attacking other birds? I thought you were all friends.
No, we're not all friends. They're heathens and barbarians of the bird world, as it were.
Well, we are not, and that's why we drove them off.
Well, you're not part of the bird world, technically speaking, if you really want to get, serious
Well,
about it.
if you want to get technical about it, no, I guess not. But I was talking about the heathen part. Listen, never mind. No, and I point over to Dotton and I say, "This is our grand leader, Dotton Khan. She is on a holy quest and needs to speak to your prince.
Wow.
Is there any way that we can get an audience with him?"
We don't have a prince, really. We have an elder. My name is Thorn. Hi. I know that you're poisonous, so I'm not touching you.
I know that I'm poisonous too.
I would shake your hand. Ooh, he turns it towards Mia and he goes, "I'll shake your hand," and he puts out a little claw.
What do you want me to do?
His name is, and I'll say in Grung, since I think everybody understands that. His name is Thorn. He is introducing himself, and he's shaking the hand of the only person that won't poison him.
Oh, okay. And I'll just grab it and just just really give it a shake.
Yep.
I pull out the monkey paw and I shake with the monkey paw.
He kind of okay, weird. So yeah, thanks for helping me out with that. I don't usually get help from ground people. See, I'm a mapper. I'm a cartographer, and I was taking my first flight out over the jungles of Chult so that I could start drawing maps and selling them in Port Nyanzaru. I didn't get very far. Evidently, there's hostile things in the air, just like there are on the ground, and that is really bad.
This is a very dangerous area.
It is a very dangerous jungle in general, actually.
And we have traveled very far through many, many trials and have done many strange and wonderful things in order to come see your people. And so please take my leader to your leader.
Wait, you wanted to come see us on purpose?
Yeah, isn't that what I said? My
Yes.
comment is new. I just learned it from the turtle.
Okay. At this point, like Aarakocra they land all around you guys, and there's got to be 20 of them around the group, and they're just kind of looking at you. And Thorn turns and speaks to them in a language that none of you understand, unless any of you speak Orin. I don't believe you do.
Nope.
And it sounds very whistly though, and bird-like, and chirpy, and like there's a lot of air involved and stuff. But as he is speaking with them, their attitude seems to shift between "I might want to kill you now" to something that looks more like "Okay, sure, frog people, neat." Oh yes, and a dwarf. The dwarf is less uncommon to them because they see albino dwarves all over the place in the jungle. They're more common around here, but there's Grung don't come to Kir Sabal because traditionally speaking, bird people will eat frog people.
And we know this?
Yes, that's why you don't come to Kirsabal either.
Mm.
So now they have special ways of preparing Grung under those circumstances. But since you helped his friend out, they don't look like they're particularly hostile at the moment.
I'm still like very protective over my group, and I'm holding up my medal like it's a shield.
Sure. You kind of like hang your medal up, and they're kind of like, one of them will come really close and look at it really closely.
I put my hand on the hilt of my dagger when they get closer.
and then he kind of backs up, and they talk to each other a little bit more. And then Thorn turns back to the group and he says, "Okay, so you can come up if you want and talk to our elder, Ashara. Yeah, talk to Ashara. She might know exactly what it is that maybe we can do to help. I'm not sure. I'm a cartographer. So the path is over there. If you want to hop up the path, it might take you a little while, but we'll be ready for you when you get up there.
As long as ready means welcoming and not with a pot.
At this point, yes.
Okay, we'll be quick. And I'll turn to everybody else, and we've been invited up to see their leader, and we should be quick before they change their mind and decide they want to eat us instead of say hi.
I turn and look at Amble.
Amble just kind of, he shrugs, and he's like, okay. And he starts moving towards the path. And by starts moving, I mean he is currently in the process of rotating his body to face it.
Okay, I stop and I step in front of Amble and I go,
but I can't. I already cast that spell today. That spell is gone already. I'm sorry.
It's the same day.
What is this, first edition?
We're gonna have to. I've used up the other. I can't cast that spell again. And he turns around. And he starts moving. He's taken 3 steps now. He's not far.
Yeah, I turn around and I start taking a trail.
So the trail up Kirsabal, there is a trail with like little, like switchbacks and little like steps and stuff as you're going up. It's kind of like, so Kirsabal is really high. So going up the trail, if you've ever been on one of those hikes, you have that friend who likes to hike, and they take you on that hike from hell that takes like 4 hours, and it's like this, up switchbacks the entire way. And you only get up 4 or 5 switchbacks before you start to hate that friend, right? That's kind of what this is like.
Can we avoid some of that? Can we, like, instead of doing the full switchback, can we, like, leap? Yeah.
Not really, no. They kind of, I mean, you can mitigate some of it with your climbing and stuff like that, but it's still, like, tough going to get up the side of Kirsabal up to where you're going.
Okay.
The entire way, you are certain that the Okra are keeping an eye on you. Their key indicator for this is the fact that they are pretty much circling wherever it is you're at that level, watching you as you're going up.
Do I see Thorn? Is Thorn one of them?
No, Thorn is gone all the way. He took a straight shot right up to the top to go talk to people.
Okay.
So.
I don't know why they can't just fly us up there.
Oh, ma'am, I think they're afraid to touch us because your poison is so deadly.
That's because I'm so strong.
And they can fly me up there.
And you are heavy.
And smell of hangover.
Well, they don't care about that as much. So.
And they definitely can't fly Amble.
No. Amble's
although that'd be funny.
Pretty happy to. If Amble wanted to get up there fast, he's being polite right now. He would just turn into a bird and fly up there.
Do we know that? Do we know that he has the ability to? Okay. Even after studying with him, like even after learning from him,
he's being polite.
Okay.
So, actually, no, that's not true. Actually, Amble cannot turn into a bird just yet. So he is also consigned to walking, and he's fairly happy doing it. He doesn't move particularly fast, but he also doesn't get winded.
So we like.
If you guys are hopping and you're taking shortcuts and stuff, and then Amble and Mia are kind of just like walking the path.
All right.
So you might get up there a few rounds, and by a few rounds I mean, I don't know, 15 minutes before they do.
I don't want to be that far away from everybody because I don't like Amble speaks common, but I don't think anybody else does. Like, yeah, you don't speak common, do you? Oh, okay. So like we're the only ones that can talk to these bird creatures.
Yep.
So I don't want to like if we start to move away, I'm going to try to corral us all back together in whatever way I can.
So the Aarakocra keep an eye on you guys as you walk up to the top, and eventually, about, I don't know, a couple hours later, you're all up there. It takes the Grung about a half an hour less time, and then 10 minutes after that, Mia shows up, and another 20 minutes after that, Amble shows up.
All right. Safe and sound, though.
Inertia is not his friend.
All right, and is there anybody like waiting for us at the top?
There are a bunch of Aarakocra up there, and as you reach the top, one Aarakocra in particular who is wearing basically a shroud of cast-off feathers that have been like sewn into it and stuff, walks up to the group and looks at the group of you. The Aarakocra are taller than the Grung. They're actually taller than Mia too. They're about 5 feet tall, and they're looking, and the one with all the extra feathers and stuff says, "My name is Ashara. Who are you, and what are you doing here?"
And I'll take a deferential position behind Dottenkon and bow to Ashara and say, Elder Ashara, this is Dottenkon, leader of our tribe, and great and fierce one, and then I'll switch over to Grung and say, ma'am, this is Ashara. She's the elder of the Aarakocra.
With my medal and kind of.
Grung. I have seen Grung before, many, many times, but I have not seen you. Thorn tells me that you saved his life.
Yes, we came upon a bunch of other birds attacking him, and we drove them away and killed most of them. But we've come here to see you.
The Eblis are bad, and we are happy that you killed them.
Well, you're welcome.
They are demons. Demons in disguise. So...
I try not to look at Bleep at this very moment.
I'm just like picking my teeth with my magic dagger.
Okay.
Let me offer you some refreshment. And Ashara kind of backs up, and you see like a blanket laid out, and there are some different foods and things, nuts and berries and fish on the blanket, as well as clean water.
All stuff we can eat?
All stuff you could potentially eat if you really wanted to.
Perfect. I'll let everybody know that they're inviting us to lunch. It's very nice.
I'll just go over there and just flop down and start eating.
Okay. I'll continue to keep my deferential place behind Dottenkon.
Please, please, refresh yourselves. It was a long walk up to the top of Kirsabal. You are welcome here.
Thank you.
For a time, and we appreciate your assistance with the Eblis. Please come join us. And Ashara will sit down at one end of the blanket and pick up a piece of fish and eat.
Squat down and I look over at Honesty Bang and Bleep, and I slowly sit like head to head with the Shara. Just.
And I'll plunk down right next to her. And then look over at Bleep and be like,
I stand behind them.
Please have some food.
Just got a mouthful of food. Hey, Bob, I'm missing out.
He seems fine. He's been eating. I'm fairly certain that Mia's had an opportunity to sample everything at this point. Based on the amount of time you guys are taking to be,
I'll grab some water and then I'll say, the reason that we're here is we came to see you. We are on a mission to get a feather from the Prince of Kirsabal. Do you know anything about that?
We do not have a prince.
Yeah, that's what Thorn said.
However, a prince does reside here. Or I should say princess.
I'll look over at Amble and say, did we get, am I getting the translation wrong? Thinking that maybe like I'm not understanding prince, princess, like the term.
Amble turns and he's got a mouthful of fish at this point.
Okay.
And he, because he just sat down right next to Mia, and he's like, prince and princess are the same thing.
Okay. Can we get a feather from the princess?
I don't know. You should ask them.
Sorry, I'll. Elder, is there any way that the amazing Dottenkon can get a feather from the princess?
Well, you would need to speak with Myaxenare herself. It is up to her to decide whether she would grant you a boon or not. We are her guardians at the moment, but we do not have authority over her, per se. If you like, I can arrange a meeting with Myaxenare.
That would be lovely, thank you. And I'll turn to Dottenkon and say, it's a princess, and we gotta convince her to give us a feather, and we're gonna get a meeting set up. And I hope that's okay.
Now, please, each of you, and she looks pointedly at Bleep, please eat. I feel as though I am not providing the proper hospitality if you do not.
I'll look up at Bleep and say, you're so fearsome, they're getting nervous. They really want you to sit down and eat. Which is technically not a lie. That's true. I believe that all of that.
It's not as extreme as that, but it's essentially the same idea. And you're getting the impression that if you've this is basically your free insight check for the day, that despite the fact that they have said that they're not going to eat you, that in order for you to be safe, you need to accept their hospitality.
I shoot my tongue over and snatch whatever fruit or thing is in Miyagi's. He's about to shove in his mouth.
They find that acceptable. They all kind of relax even a little bit more. They all kind of like slump at this point.
And then I hold it in my mouth and smile with it.
So, and they're happy that he's got something to eat now.
I just pick up something else and just don't break eye contact. And
And this is not awkward at all.
So,
how's the weather in Kirsabal? Oh.
It's rainy.
Yeah.
just like it is everywhere else. So you guys finish your meal, and eventually they clean that up, and they roll up the blanket, and they put it away, and they kind of bring you to the center of the area, and it isn't long before there's kind of a murmur amongst the Aarakocra, and somebody is moving through them, and whatever that something is, it's not an Aarakocra. And as the kind of like little crowd of Aarakocra part, standing in front of you is a young woman, human. And she is dressed as humans do. But she is in all the Chultan fashion, and she looks at the group of you, and she whispers briefly to Ashara, and then turns and looks at you guys again. Which one of you is your leader?
What language is she saying this in?
Common.
I will just point to Dotton Khan. I'll present. I'll Vanna White.
She turns straight to Dotton Khan and she goes, and then she looks at you, Bangarang. What languages does your leader speak?
Do you know?
You would know. Dwarvish, Goblin, and Grung.
Dwarvish, Goblin, and Grung. Do you speak any of those?
She turns to Dotton Khan and she says in Dwarvish, she says, I understand you would like a feather.
Ah, yes, thank you. Thank you, please.
Do you know who I am?
You are Maxinari?
I am Waxanari, heir to the throne of Omu and the kingdom of Chult. I have yet to reclaim my throne, but I plan to do so very soon. In the meantime, in order to get a boon from Waxanari, the soon-to-be Queen of Chult, I require that you swear fealty.
And
then she kind of backs up and kind of looks at you.
1 second. Honesty Bang,
Yes, ma'am.
get the little one. We need a huddle.
You need a huddle.
Wait.
You're like this.
There's an orange, green, purple, like fidget spinner going on. Does Omu translate like kind of across? Like would Grung have used Omu as the sound of that city? Like,
Not necessarily, no.
that? Okay.
No.
So I'm still just lost.
Okay.
To you, it's just a city. Yeah.
Okay.
But I'd have a specific name for that one with all of the tracking and going around. Like each city I would have.
Well,
a name.
yes, that's the former seat of power of Chult.
Right. So that's what I'm saying is that like as the big deal city, as the Vegas of Chult, would I know it by name?
In the
Even
Grung
if I
language, but it
understand
doesn't. In the Grung language, you would, but it doesn't necessarily sound like Omu, though.
Okay.
It's a combination of really onerous croaks.
So here's the thing. I have to swear fealty, and then I get feather. But this could be very good because I rule a small amount, and she rules a bigger amount, and so we could go anywhere we want. Maybe she could help defeat the big bad one.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think this is a good, a good partnership.
Fealty, or not partner.
Why?
I have fealty to.
He's saying you gotta do it.
Bang. I have tell her I fealty to her.
Bleep has fealty to you because you are in charge. So fealty means that Waxanari would be in charge. But she's human. She's not going to want to live where we live. So who cares if she's in charge of everything? We're going to live where she doesn't want to live, and you'll be in charge there.
That's what I'm thinking. But also maybe we could come to an understanding. Maybe she could help us, and like our army, it can only be bigger with her army.
Croak.
And the croak could be jealous because now we have a queen and a gold. Because I'm gonna be gold.
Could she help? Does she have resources to help us kill Grung?
I'm gonna just stick my head out of the huddle and look at her.
When you look over at her from the huddle, you see that Amble has walked up to her and is on one knee and speaking with her quietly.
Oh.
Is he on one knee, like, swearing fealty, or on one knee because he's taller than she is?
He's twice her height.
No, he is only about a foot taller than she is. He is on one knee, and it is very clear that he has already sworn fealty to her, and that they are conversing about things. And she appears to be speaking to him in Aquan, which is the language that he speaks.
Can I hear what they're saying?
Not really, no. But you can hear that bubbly sound.
Okay.
Which basically indicates that it's an underwater language.
Okay.
Is bird fealty to princess? Bang, honesty.
Yeah.
What does bird say?
I'll look over at Ashara and say, in common, are you sworn fealty to the princess as well?
She is the rightful heir to the throne of Omu. We have promised her our support.
And I'll duck back into the huddle and say, they swore fealty, and it looks like Amble likes her.
Zamia.
Yeah.
You like grabbed everything you could before they did.
Yeah, he's still eating.
Still
Leaning in.
picnic basket.
Zamia, you are my mentor. What do you think?
So I'll lean up and I'll talk to her. So, what we be getting out of this deal? How this gonna work?
Details would be good, ma'am. What can she provide? What does she want from you when...
Oh, I said that to her in Dwarvish, so she was already speaking Dwarvish, but...
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I could hear that. Okay. I look over and Bleep is already doing a thing.
What am I doing?
I thought you were like...
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was speaking to the princess. I
thought you'd come over to the
I
huddle.
just popped up like with food and just no manners, just asked her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot her name.
Matsunari turns from her conversation to see you, Mia, and her eyes kind of narrow, and she's like, "You will have whatever support I choose to give."
I roll up to her in my little tininess with my arms like this and my chest out. And I say, look, I think this could be a good partnership. And also, I have a problem. There's this other guy, this other Grung. He took a lot of my people. And he's very bad. But I think if we all work together, then we can get rid of him. I'm very proud I've got my medal. I think this is a good idea. I help you. You own the whole place. You don't need to be in the swamp. I want to be a gold Grung who lives in this swamp. It's a win-win.
Let me understand this correctly. If I help you remove this other Grung from their position, you will be the leader of the Grung.
And I will have fealty to you, and I will be the leader, and then everybody wins.
She sits back and she thinks about this for a moment.
I go over to to Bangarang and I'm like, what she say?
She says it's a good idea, and she's thinking about. She says yes, and we're waiting to see if Moxonary will. I kind of feel like we're sitting in the stands watching a sports match or something.
I am, because I don't understand anything that's going on. I'm just asking for clarification.
I'll give you, I'll do like a super quiet Grung running commentary and just like, and now she has the ball, and now, that kind of thing. I'll golf this thing and let you know what's happening.
I don't like it.
It's better than not getting the feather and not.
I could take feather.
At this point, like, the crowd kind of parts a little bit, and another human walks into the area. This human is much smaller than Moxonare.
And sounds like a motorcycle.
And sounds like a motorcycle. No. And he is wearing a huge drape of feathers. And
The prince.
he's very small. And he's about your guys' height. And he walks up to Bleep.
Yeah, good, because I was going to go to him.
And he has a feathery mitt on each hand. And he reaches up and he puts his hands on either side of Bleep's face.
I'm like,
And he looks at Bleep. And he has that innocent look of childhood on his face as he looks into the eyes of the frog person that he sees before him.
I slowly reach over and grab the mask, and I take my strange alabaster human face mask, and I slide it down, and my big puffy cheeks kind of poof out outside the side as I'm smiling, and then I raise it back up and I go.
He pokes the mask when it's down. And then he kind of smiles and he turns around and he runs back, giggling into the crowd of Okra, which kind of closes over him. One of the things that the rest of you guys notice as this is happening is that Moxonary gets super tense when he gets close to Bleep. Like, she's watching him literally like a hawk.
Did any feathers fall off of his cloak as he ran away?
No.
and I'll say quietly to Bleep, and I'm just going to say,
Moxonary looks at the
one
group
day.
and says, I think that this might be a good... At this point, you guys hear this loud screeching sound coming from up above. Everybody was waiting to hear Moxonary's decree, and so they were all super focused. And as the whole group kind of turns up and looks, you see a horde of terrafolk descending on Kirsabal. Roll initiative.
People!
Okay, that's a dirty 20. Would you like some dice?
No, I have my dice. Just had to find which pocket they were in. What was Bang? What were you trying to say to me?
I was just going to turn to Bleep and say, I think you will be a good father one day. That was kind of because she would have thought that was cute. Playing with the little kid.
Bleep, what did you get?
Bleep hasn't rolled yet.
Mia, what'd you get?
I had a 22. I was too busy stuffing my face to pay attention to any conversation, apparently.
Bangarang.
He got a 22, not paying attention. I'm super duper paying attention. I got a 7.
You were focused on the conversation. Mia was eating and essentially glancing about. So he actually noticed the terrafolk before everybody else did. Let's see here.
I got a 24.
And Bleep got a 24, and Amble did actually okay.
I am out of spell slots for the day, too.
Okay, good job.
Ooh, this might be rough.
Well, I only have 2, so.
Oh, well, that wouldn't take much then, would it?
No, I don't have many. And bless and cure wounds, and that's it. It's all my level 1 spells gone.
Okay, so terrafolk are descending upon the group. Bleep, it will come as no surprise to you that you get to go first.
It's okay, he's gonna kill them all.
The Okra, by the way, are all casting up into the sky at this point.
Oh, so I was gonna shoot a look over to Ashara because she seemed to be in charge, and then I would shoot a look over to Bangarang just to kind of get the nod that I can be me.
Go, have fun.
Yeah. When you look to see
Don't
Ashara,
actually say that. Go have fun.
you don't see Ashara anymore. Ashara isn't
Okay.
there.
So I will draw. What does the platform here look like? What's around?
That is an excellent question.
I need to know what my cover looks like. Otherwise, I'm hiding behind Amble.
Also, is Moixonnery still around?
She is. She is standing
Okay.
there, yes. So basically, you guys are on top of Kirsabal, right? And there is, it's pretty open actually. There's not a lot to hide behind other than people.
No tents or anything either?
No, all of the roosts and stuff are all these house-like structures and things that are built into the side of the thing, and you passed those as you were coming up to the top.
Okay. Well, sorry, Amble. I dive behind Amble, use my bonus action to hide, and then draw an arrow, running it against my skin, and launching it at the closest Terra folk I see.
Okay, so make me a stealth check to hide behind Amble.
That'll be a 19.
Okay. So basically, for the moment, you kind of like, as you look up and you see what's going on, you kind of leap up and you kind of cling to the back of Amble's shell for a moment and find that you can't really see the Terra folk at that point. But then you peek out from behind and you take your shot. Go ahead and make it at advantage.
How many of them are there?
Lots. More than you guys could fight on your own.
Dear me. That'll be a 26.
26 will hit a Terra folk.
Can I have a con save?
Fail.
Okay.
Man, you roll high.
23, I think, is my math. Yeah. 23 damages, and then I'll step back behind. And how many am I, like, was I able to see a number? I'm pretty good at the whole, like, counting and tracking thing.
Lots.
Okay. They blot out the sky.
More than two hands. More than four hands.
I don't like what you're trying to say about Grung intelligence right now. All right, so that was my shot and my bonus action, my movement. So I'm done for the moment. I move back behind Amble.
Yeah, you could count them, but you would spend your entire round doing that. So you shoot one, and the arrow goes through, and when it hits, you see kind of blood burst out, and kind of like a falling jet fighter. The creature isn't dead. You can see that from where you are, but it kind of careens down off to one side, so you can't see it anymore down the side of Kirsabal.
Okay.
Let's see here. Who's next? That brings me to Mia. What do you want to do?
We went over this before, but I forget. What does Dotankan's poison do?
What does what do?
Dotankan's poison. Does anyone remember?
It's. I will.
Do you just want me to say? Or?
Yeah, so.
Oh, okay. So her poison makes the allies afraid, makes all of the allies afraid of makes the target afraid of their allies.
Ah, okay, cool. Okay, so, and I'm still next to Dot and Khan, right?
Yeah,
And none of them, I was assuming, are within melee range on the ground.
that is correct. Not yet.
Okay,
They
well,
will
I'm
be
going
very shortly, though.
wipe a dart on Dot and Khan and, aim for, I don't know, one of the ones closest.
Okay, roll to hit.
Wow, all right. Well, let's see. So an 8.
A 8. So an 8 will miss. You go, turn around, and you go to throw it. That and like some of the fish that was in your hand goes like flying off in like different directions. It turns out the fish is oily, in fact, and it totally throws off your aim. Dot and Khan.
Oh, well, I have an extra attack too.
Go for
can I
it.
try
Yep,
that again?
absolutely.
And it's up to Chris on whether or not he wants to let that poison, the Grung specific poison, work versus just damage. I typically just have to do the damage one instead of the hoppy one.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just go ahead and we're
so-
just going to do damage for right now.
That time is 23.
23. Okay, so you wipe your hand off on your clothes and then grab another dart and fling it this time. This time you hit. It makes its saving throw, so don't worry about the poison, but do your damage for the dart, though.
That'd be 4.
4 damage. So you stick it, and it cries in pain and anger as it continues to descend upon you. Dot and Khan.
All right. So I'm pretty far away. None of them have swooped down, right?
None of them have sat down now. No, not yet.
I will short bow twice using my,
Go for it.
obviously, since this is what we're doing. So that's a Constitution saving throw if it hits. That's a 16
A
plus 7.
will hit. It does not make its saving throw this time.
Cool. So that is a 9 damage,
Okay.
and also
Are you
9
shooting?
physical.
Are you shooting the same one that Mia threw the dart at?
yeah.
Okay.
No. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then that's a 7 poison.
All right. So it takes 16 points of damage as you hit it with the arrow.
But that was only 1.
Yep. Make your second attack roll.
Oh man, I'm hot. That's 18 plus 7 to hit.
This time it made its poison saving throw. Evidently, it's had enough of that.
That's 10 damage.
Okay. So that one literally collapses, like it folds in on itself and plummets to the ground, dead. More terrafolk seem to like careen in at this point. The Aarakocra take to the sky and move to meet the terrafolk in aerial combat. And it becomes like this wild scene of like 3 or 4 Aarakocra on a terrafolk. The terrafolk are literally like the size of ogres. They're large size with like, equivalent wingspans. I'm going to guess and say it's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 feet, right, wingspan, as these things, which makes them pretty easy for you to hit.
It's huge.
But they will descend on you guys and try and dive. Dive. So I'm just going to go around the group, and I'm going to start with, I know you don't know what order you are on my screen, but my order is going to be Satine first, and Dot and Khan, those are all going to miss. This thing goes swooping by, and all of its limbs and big beak thing and everything like attempt to get you, and you kind of ducking out of the way as this thing tries to come at you. The next one is coming at Bleep.
Oh no.
I'm behind Amble.
That's true.
You sure are. Amble's going to get his own. This one's coming from a different direction, from behind Amble. Nice ears. Does 16 hit your armor class, Bleep?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to hit you 3 times.
Ah.
One of which is a crit.
I uncanny the crit. I uncanny frog the crit.
Okay. That's probably a good...
No, it doesn't, because I'm going to use my reaction to move up to half my movement speed away from it and flip it. The frog.
Nice.
and Flip It the Frog.
And cheers to that.
It's my skirmisher. It's from being a scout. So if something gets within 5 feet of me, I can be like, deuces. So I deuces.
Okay, let me see here.
You can hand that to Amble.
It's got a much better AC.
Amble is gonna get hit a bunch.
Oh no.
I croak, sorry.
Are these things swooping? Are they doing like a flyby, or are they landing to attack?
They're attacking, and they are still in the air, but they are nearby.
Okay.
Okay.
This isn't a flyby.
So it's not exactly a flyby, no. So Amble takes a bunch of damage, and I will continue the onslaught. Bangarang,
Hi.
does 16 hit your armor class?
Uncanny frog.
Does 15 hit your armor class?
Yeah, that hits.
Okay,
Keep
so
going down though. That's nice.
10 does not hit your armor class though, right?
10 does not hit.
Okay, so you're going to take a total of 12 points of damage between bite and claw.
All right.
And you are frightened until the end of your next turn.
I would have uncanny frog the first one, so.
Okay, so that would be, you'll take a total of 8 damage.
8. Okay. And I'm frightened
Yes,
of it.
in general.
Life.
I just. Well, that's Bangarang in general, actually. In a
Yeah.
constant state of terror.
At this point, it has an actual mechanic called disadvantage, though.
And this thing is now next to me.
It's floating above you. Mia. 6 does not hit your armor class. Does 15 hit your armor class, Mia?
Nope.
Okay, so this thing comes down to try and get you, and you basically do a whole lot of parrying and ducking and jiving and getting out of the way.
Is there another one that's diving down nearby? Because I would like to redirect, use my weight to push him into another one.
Yes. You
Okay,
can do
I'll
that.
spend a key point and do that. So, I spend the key point and it causes the attack to hit one creature of your choice other than the attacker.
Okay, so it careens into one of its allies, and they come down. There's 2 of them that are now on the ground, one of which has taken damage from the other's attack, and they've hit the ground because of your redirect.
Do I see one? Do I see one coming at Dottencon or anything still?
No, just the one that was already there.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool.
So we can say that's the one that you put down on the ground. Was the one that was going after Dottencon.
Okay, I was just wondering if they were still attacking someone and I saw that. I'd rather redirect it to that one that hasn't hit somebody yet. But
Not yet. No.
Okay.
So, let's see here. You guys notice up in the air, you catch a glimpse of Thorn as he leaps through the air, and he fires a couple of shots at one of the Terrafolk with a short bow that he's got on him. And he does a considerable amount of damage. He shoots it right in the pins both wings, and the thing doesn't die, but it starts careening down because it doesn't have really good mobility at this point. Amble, in true Amble fashion, all limbs go in, and he drops to the ground, and he has no idea how to deal with this whole getting attacked from the air thing, and he doesn't like getting hit. Bangarang, it's your turn.
I'm gonna start yelling help because I am frightened. Help! 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 In the process, I will offer help to Bleep on his next attack. So that's my bonus action. The one that's on me, is there anyone else next to us? I thought I was kind of next to Dottencon, and is there anyone I'm looking to see if there's anybody next to my guy so I can try to get sneak attack damage. There, I'll just say it.
Yeah, based on their size, it's almost inevitable that something is near him. So I'm going to go with, even if it's just another Aarakocra, yes.
Okay.
So
in a frightened panic, I will draw my dagger and scrape it across my skin and try to. Oh,
here's the thing, though.
Here's a thing. I know I have disadvantage. Do I have to try to run away?
You don't. I don't believe so. I am examining that. So you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, and you can't willingly move closer to it. Now you're not moving closer to it because you're already next to it.
Yeah.
So, but because you have disadvantage, even though something else is next to it, you will not get to sneak attack. Sneak attack does not work when you have disadvantage.
Well, I'm still in a panic, drawing my dagger. I'm gonna try.
You can still totally, you can totally shit him.
Well, let's see. Well, no, that's I rolled a 4 and an 8, so
what does 8 get you? Is that the total or?
No, I rolled a 4 and then I rolled an 8.
Aww.
So the 4 would get me a 10.
10 misses, but the 8 gets you a.
Well, but that's disadvantage.
Oh, right. One attack. So you totally miss. Yeah.
I totally miss. And I guess I'm just going to continue to be looking around in terror going, help, 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 help.
And these things are flying all over the place.
Yeah, I'm freaked out.
Let's see here. So by the end of your turn, you're no longer frightened. Bleed, it's your turn.
I take a quick second to hear the help that I'm getting from Bang.
You're wearing a
and
cap.
then watch her run around in a circle screaming help. And I just shrug and fire my next shot. At the one, was there one that was recently hit, or did that one went down and we have fresh ones?
There is not one that was recently hit that is nearby. The ones that got hit.
So I'll fire.
Actually, that's not true. The 2 that are on the ground, one of which Mia redirected its attack, is somewhat damaged. So it's on the ground, and they're definitely next to you guys.
Okay. Then I will fire at that one, or the one that was. I'll fire at that one that got redirected.
Cool.
That'll be a 19.
19 will hit.
I need a con save, please.
Constitution saving throw, which it does not succeed at.
All right. Uh, 27 damage.
Okay, you kill that one outright.
Nice.
Basically, are you shooting it? Or are you attacking it with a dagger, or how are you attacking?
That's with a bow, because I'm like running. So here's what I would like to have been doing.
Describe how you slay it with your arrow.
Okay, so I see Bang like running around like ow, and I just kind of like and I grab onto one of my to the next arrow, start to run forward, and I'm running towards Amble, back over to Amble, and I leech up fire at the one that is like kind of standing over him as it turns to hear my little plop, 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 plop.
Yep.
And then I skid behind Amble and I tap on the shell and I'm like, okay. As the thing collapses behind me with an arrow sticking out of its eye hole.
Okay, cool. So it hits the ground and its blood is seeping out onto the ground from its head where you shot it. Amble basically just stays motionless at the moment, although you get some kind of like small, like little, like grunt of acknowledgement from him.
Okay.
As you go by.
And I use my bonus action to hide.
Like you get the idea he's fine. Miyagi.
Cool. All right. So any coming in for attacks or?
Yeah, there's one still on the ground. That was the one that was attacking Dot and Con, and there are a couple floating overhead near you guys. The rest of them are all engaged in aerial combat above you with the Aarakocra.
Okay. So the one that is attacking Dot and Con, I'll go for that one.
Yeah. This
So
looks like
just,
the whole thing looks like the Cholt version of like, you know, a Star Wars fighter scene with these things flying all over the place, right? So.
Okay, so I'm going just big old drunken magical punch.
Go for it.
That would be the first, be a 12.
12 will just hit.
Yes. Okay, so. Okay. That would be 9 damage.
Okay.
And then
you got more.
I'll hit it again.
Go for it.
Is 16 plus 6. I'm sure that hits, right?
Yes.
Okay, so and that would be 5 that time.
Okay. It is still up.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, I'll spend a key point and we'll just Fury of Blows that guy.
Go for it.
Okay, so how many d20s do I roll? How many times does that hit?
2 more.
2, okay. That would be, one is a 19 and one is a 10.
10 total?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 10 is going to miss, but the 19 will totally hit.
Okay. 4 more damage.
Okay, so you're like slamming into this thing, and it's like trying to get you off of it. It's not dead yet, but it's getting weaker and weaker each time you hit it. Dot and Con, what do you want to do? Mia's right there.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm doing all of them. So that is 15 plus 7.
Hit.
Yes. A 17.
Yep.
And a 19.
Excellent. Those are hits.
Okay, so that's 8 damage, that's 6 damage, and 9 damage, and also it can't take reactions.
Well, it can't take reaction because it's dead. Between you and Mia, you guys finish it off.
Nice.
Kicking it while it's down on the ground.
I give like Daddy like a real like.
Yeah. It's like a scene out of like, you know, Duo Street Fighter, right? So, okay, so the Terrafolk continue to engage in combat. There is 2 more floating above you guys, and the others are all in aerial combat at this point. The 2 that are above you, let's see here. Amble's shelled up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see who's lucky. Mia, you're lucky.
Mm-hmm.
And Bleep, you're also lucky.
Bleep takes his reaction.
As one comes up towards you, Bleep, and you take your reaction, it does a flyby and attacks Mia. The other one lands on you. They saw you guys doing this before, and they know how to use group tactics as well.
The one that attacked me, did it miss?
Huh?
Did one attack me and miss?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
So we'll start with Bleep. Bleep, I'm going to hit armor class 14, which I'm sure misses.
Miss.
Yeah. 13 will miss, and but the natural 20 is going to hit. You can uncanny frogs this. Of course.
No, I can't. I already used my reaction.
Oh, you're right.
My reaction was negated by group tactics.
6, 7, 9, 10, 11. 13 points of damage as this thing bites right into you. The other one attacks Mia. Hits armor class 14, armor class 11, and armor class 19.
Yes.
19 will hit for a total of 9 points of damage as this one bites into you. The Terrafolk are that have engaged you guys have been basically watching your tactics as you're going along and adjusting for that. They seem to be speaking to each other in some sort of weird squawking language. That brings me to Thorn.
Since he missed,
We do what?
sorry. Oh, since he missed a couple of those, can I redirect?
You sure can. Go for it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to throw him at the one that's attacking Rudy, or I mean, Bleep.
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 Nobody's attacking Rudy except for RPG.
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, I forget. What am I rolling for that? Or wait, do I have to roll for that? No, no. It just takes effect, right?
You spend your key point, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you grab one and you careen them into the other. These two are on the ground now. Thorn is up there. Amble stays in his shell. Bangarang, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to once again offer help to Bleep, and then I'm gonna shoot at the one that's attacking Bleep because now I'm not afraid. Now, so I'll arrow on the skin, full of poison. That would be 16.
16 totally hits. Yay. And it will. What's the DC on that poison save again?
DC 12.
Okay, it makes the saving throw barely.
Rat. Okay. It is gonna take 17 damage.
17 damage. Ow.
Yeah.
It is really hurt.
Yeah. Get off of my squad.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. He's a squad of one.
Not my squad. Mine. He may be all I have.
Did we get more hit points back from before, like during the walk up or anything, or was that a?
No, not yet.
Okay.
The walk up is not considered a short rest by any stretch of the imagination.
What about the oily fish? What about the hanging out and eating oily fish with Ashara?
You could have taken a short rest then, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Go ahead.
Is it my turn again?
Yes.
Oh.
Go, bleep, go.
By the way, I was hidden. I had a 19 base. I had a 26 stealth on that. But too late now.
Yep. Volo's law. Moving on. Uh-oh.
And I pull out my dagger, or I pull out the dagger and my scimitar, and I leap up into the air onto the back of the creature I was of the one that just attacked me.
Yeah.
And I scream out, "Saboteur!" And I just slice at the throat as fast as I can.
Roll the hit.
That'll be a dirty 20.
Yeah, you got him.
Con save.
Fails the Constitution saving throw.
Ace?
And that'll be big ones.
Ooh, gosh, Ruti. That's great.
I'm a Ruti.
Bang is just cheering from the sides. Yeah!
So that'll be 28.
Okay, you kill it. You basically bring both his weapons down and like cut its head off as you come down on top of the Terrafolk. Blood kind of goes out one direction.
And then there's another one that's right nearby, right?
There he is, yeah.
Okay, so I'd like to use the rest of my movement to get over there and use my bonus action offhand attack.
Go for it.
So I launch in that direction, and I roll a 17 to hit.
You got it.
Okay, and no super bonus stuff. That's only going to be 2 damage.
2 damage.
Well, you said it was on the ground too, right? Does that affect anything going on?
Does it what?
It was on the ground. You said it was on the ground.
It is on the ground, and while you would have advantage to hit it, you've used your sneak attack already this round.
Yes. I do have advantage though.
Yeah, you could roll another 20 on the off chance you get a natural 20.
No, it's 5 points higher, but not a natural 20. Can I have the con save?
It fails the Constitution saving throw.
Okay, so that's 7 total damage.
Got it. It is very injured at this point, as you've stabbed into it again. The fight up above you guys seems to be winding down as some of the Terrafolk are leaving. Okra are not giving chase, but some of them had fallen onto the top of Kirsabal, and they're starting to look at wounded and so forth. That brings me to.
So as I'm carving, like I've got the dagger stuck in this one, like right by its neck. I pull myself up to its little ear hole and I go, "Ceres will bathe in your blood."
Miyagi. Yeah.
I just kind of stare at that for a second. So what's going? Is there another one swooping on us, or
No, there's just the one on the ground.
just that one? Okay. Well then, I'll just I'll run up and jump punch for the face.
As you're running up, you can hear like this stuff that Bleep is saying.
like next to Bleep,
Yeah.
like his face, like kind of uncomfortably close. Not trying to hit him, but
Sure.
so, and I'm attacking twice, but so that would be 18 plus 6 to hit
Oh yeah.
the first one,
Totally.
and then 7 to hit for the second one.
Okay.
And
7 will
then-
miss.
Okay, so 4. I hit him for 4.
Okay. He takes 4 points of
And then-
damage.
I will just spend another key point for Fury of Blows.
And while these punches are while he's that close to me, instead of Bleep's head swishing around really fast like he would normally do, it's just like this really glare.
Nice.
My blood.
And
So,
each time he hits it, more blood goes out the places where you've stabbed it.
And I got a 19 and even higher than that on
All right.
the other roll.
Those will
So-
totally hit. Yeah.
Cool. So I'm like going at it to town, but I'm not breaking eye contact with.
Neither am I, and my tongue is just lashing out at the blood at the same time.
Well, how much damage did you do?
Let's see. So 4 plus 7 plus 6 would be 13.
So you hear a series of very satisfying crunch sounds as you lay into this creature, and you're kind of looking over at Bleep, and the thing beneath you stops moving. Blood's still coming out, and Bleep is catching it in his mouth as it's like spraying into the air. I have nothing else for that. It's just disgusting.
It's just because I'm just still staring at him.
Hamble comes out, and the other Terrafolk seem to have gone, and the Okra are coming back to land, as it were.
Honesty.
Yes,
Honesty. What's wrong with the little one?
I'll look over. I'll see him catching the
I
blood.
don't like it.
But he's
It's not
fearsome.
right.
He's fearsome, ma'am. She's kind of impressed. She's like, all right, this is cool. Like, especially after being frightened, now Bleep has just like decimated a
Yeah.
whole bunch of these things. And so
I don't know.
she's proud. She's like, look at everything that he killed for you, ma'am.
But he's eating the blood. Like, it's so weird.
Because
It's not
that's
normal.
When I hear this conversation, I like go from where I was to be like, and I try and straighten my posture.
and I'll point. I'll be like, see, he's fine. It was just battle rage.
Well, then
I've
I'm
heard
gonna
about
look.
this.
I'm gonna look at him, not to be outdone, and I'm just gonna go.
Ew. So, you guys are there. The Aarakocra are landed, and what are you gonna do now?
I'm checking on the lady because I want to impress her and make sure that she's safe.
Okay.
I just sit down and start drinking.
I'll go check on Amble. He's. You said he popped out.
Yeah, he's there. He stands up and he comes wandering over to see what's going on. He looks at all the dead things around him, kind of with his ample passive gaze, and is anybody hurt?
Are you hurt?
I am okay now.
Bleep, are you okay?
Yes.
Are you injured?
I don't think that one is ever okay.
Yes.
What's wrong with your voice?
Sore throat.
Amble, can you fix his sore throat? Those things were nasty when they bit.
Amble kind of gets a weird cocked look on his eye and walks over towards Bleep.
I'm fine.
And
I'll take some syrup or something.
And he kind of like waves his like claw around Bleep, and you see all these little leafy green things come floating around where Bleep is. And
I'm in the background just like picking out feathers of what's left of the food and just eating.
Bleep gets 9 hit points back.
Thank you.
Amble, do you have a hose?
He goes through a little like his satchel that he has, and he pulls out a number of like mint leaves, and he's like,
Aww.
chew on these. They're good for your throat.
Aww.
And he puts them in your hand.
Pretending to like gnaw on them. I'm fine.
All right, so Amble will move on, and he starts helping like the Aarakocra and stuff, healing and so forth. Max and Ra, after a little while,
I'm slipping off
You're
to find the boy.
to find Na.
I didn't get a name.
Okay.
I'm gonna slip off to find the boy.
So he is with his sister.
Okay.
And they come in to the area again now that the combat has ended. And she kind of looks around and sees what you guys have done. And you can see her kind of like putting everything together in her head as she's watching all of the things. What are you doing, Bleep?
If he's right there and all the people, like, this is a big flat plain, so I guess I'm just kind of, if I'm not sneaking off to find him because he's there, I'm just kind of standing closer to him, and I'll pull out the mask thing and I'll put it over the alabaster mask.
He kind of pokes at it.
And then I'll hand it to him.
He takes the mask and he starts to kind of fiddle with it.
And if he puts it on, I'll poke his nose.
Okay. Eventually he will.
And eventually I'll poke it.
He wipes the goo out of the inside of it with like leaves and stuff. The residue from your skin. He seems very smart.
I'm not offended.
And very curious at the same time. And very calm for somebody so young. So
Surrounded by the slaughtered remains of terror folk.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moxanare is not, however. And she's like, well, I see that you are not an ally of the Terra folk, which I think is good because they are They're horrible. So tell me more about this golden croak.
While he's preoccupied with that and they're engaged in their conversation, I would like to slyly pet the cloak and maybe happen to cop a feather.
Oh, yeah, when you reach over to touch Na, without, you're not just handing me anything, you touch it, Maxinare, like, interposes herself.
That's why I waited until she was talking.
Yeah, she's talking, but at the same time that she's talking, one of the things, okay, let me back up then. One of the things that you notice while she's talking is that she never takes her eye off her little brother.
Okay.
That's her kid, man.
And,
Yeah, one eye here.
So then I'll go. Then I'll go. Oh.
So you're perceptive to realize that she's aware of anybody coming up to him. So you can make your decision about what you want to do based on that. But you're aware that she is also aware. And she's kind of hyper vigilant, as it were, when it comes to him for some reason.
As she moves in between us, I'm gonna kind of like pause for that half second and then she like goes to interpose herself. She'll have to like kind of bump me out of the way a little bit, and I'm gonna stumble back, falling and grab up, like reaching to stabilize myself, and I would still like to cop a feather.
Okay, you can try. As she like interposes herself, she doesn't actually physically touch you. When she goes to bump you, you see her hand kind of make a little gesture like this, and you feel a burst of air just kind of push you back like a step.
Okay.
But
right,
but you still fall back, and I want you to go ahead and make me a sleight of hand check at disadvantage. Because I think that
I like how when I plan it, it's a disadvantage. So that'll be I literally rolled 2 4s. But
well, then it didn't matter.
Still be an 11. That'll still be an 11.
Okay. Well, you get a feather and you yank it out of the cloak. It's kind of there. You've got it.
And then I go back and I pull the feather, and then I go back and I kneel in front of him and try and hand him back his feather.
Okay. So she is talking to Dot and Con, and she wants to know, tell me about the Golden Croak. Tell me more about this other Grung.
He sure is a jerk, and also he thinks he's the big bad, but he killed so many of my people, and then they put us up on a stake, and then I guess, I don't know what he's saying, but maybe he took some of my people with him for his army. It's very stupid.
Start from the beginning. What do you mean, your people?
I don't really remember. So what do I remember?
Okay. Okay. That was out of character. That's cool. You remember that you guys had a gold leader, and the gold leader died. And when the gold leader died, they sent you guys on a mission to essentially help you become a gold Grung.
But he didn't kill that guy, did he?
Not that you're aware of, he didn't.
Because in my head, I thought I remembered him killing. But I'm just gonna say it.
Sure, you can think of it that way, and that can certainly be how history is written. But
this bad guy, he killed our gold Grung, so now I'm on a mission so I can lead our people. And it's, it's so hard to understand Grung.
What do you need to complete your mission?
And I start listing out the things. Let's see. I don't have honesty. Bang.
Yes. But we already have 2 of the items. We were told we needed a feather from a prince or princess of Kirsabal and a visage of the Goblin Queen. And once we have these things, then we can do something with them to turn Ma'am into a golden Grung, and then she can be in charge.
Oh,
yeah, that's right.
You need to see Queen Grabstab.
Queen Grabstab?
Goblin Queen?
Yes.
Hmm.
Am I remembering correctly that not only did the Golden Croak kill off a lot of our friends, but turned them into like zombies? Like,
Oh yeah, that's
like they were undead, right?
Some of
Right.
your people have been turned into undead, and Bleep's brothers were all turned into ghouls.
So
Oh yeah, that was the other thing. He has some crazy magic. He has a magic, and he's making his brothers into monsters, like zombie monster things.
So when you describe that, Moxinari gets a very stern look on her face, and she says, "This is very bad.
It's very bad, I know.
I will help you."
Thank you.
And she reaches over, she walks over to where her brother is, and reaches up underneath the plumage of the feathers on his cloak, and you see her like working on something, and then she pulls it out, and she comes over and she hands you a single long, straight golden feather.
Ah, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Thank you.
Would have been funny if she just snatched it out of my hand and turned around.
I hand it to Bang. Honesty, Bang.
And she
Yes,
kind of she looks at you, Bleep, and she says, "You can keep that."
And I still offer it back to the boy.
Oh no, he kind of when she says that, he kind of, pushes it back to you.
I tuck it into my shoulder pad.
Yeah. Now that you're looking at him, you realize he's made himself an Aarakocra costume. That's what he's done. It's all this big thing, and he's got a little hook thing on his head and stuff, and yeah.
He made himself a feather kigurumi.
He's dope. I want an Aarakocra kigurumi.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
That would be
Honesty,
a mess.
Bang.
Yes, ma'am.
I am entrusting you with this. You are the most trustworthy of anyone I know.
Don't we want to keep all the stuff together with the other stuff with the things?
Aren't you holding everything?
I thought you were holding I thought you
You're
had.
holding everything.
I thought you.
I walk
had-
over, open my satchel, and hand it to them,
No
and
way.
cut everything.
You're acting
I was pretty sure you were holding on to the stuff that you needed. The,
fine.
The
I put it in
flame.
I
Yeah.
put it in one of these.
There you go. And now
You know where it is. If I ask you where it is, if I forget, it's right here.
Yes, ma'am. I will keep track of the things you are carrying, as always. Except she's not smiling when she says it. She's being earnest. Like, yes, yep, uh-huh.
I actually I go back to Matsunabe and I say, if you help me, I help you. Thank you. And I like kneel down. I do what I saw Amble doing.
Mm-hmm. And she
Like,
puts
together we will protect the forest.
she puts her hand on your forehead, and she takes some of the poison off of your head, and she rubs it on her forehead.
And then hops around in a circle.
And you can see her like concentrating as it kind of absorbs into her skin.
You're pretty neat.
Was that magic she just did? Can I tell? Like,
Yeah,
watching
that
this?
seemed magical.
yeah. Can I just
She's pretty cool.
because I've been studying with Amble, so I would be super curious about any magic that I see. Could
This
I try
is
to figure out what she
Unlike any magic that you and Amble have discussed,
just, okay.
it's
Hey,
very,
Zamia, do you see that?
very different.
Okay.
I'm still eating, huh? Hmm?
Yes.
The Aarakocra just keep eating your
great.
food, Miyagi. They seem very happy that you enjoy the food. Particularly because they don't eat dwarf. And so they're like, a dwarf as a friend is fine with them. So, and they seem to be getting more accustomed to having the grung about you guys, and particularly since Moxinari seems to have accepted you at this point. So now daylight is descending, I'm going to say, and you guys have been traveling and fighting a very long time. So the Aarakocra say, we should rest
Okay.
so that we can take care of our fallen.
I'll come over. She's fallen asleep right in front of Moxonary. I'll come over. I'll be, hey, thank you. Are we okay to stay here for the evening?
Yes, Moxinari kind of like wanders off. She's like, yeah, sure, of course. And
Okay, thank you.
They
We'll ask
they
about
show
the
you
queen later.
Some of the Aarakocra show you one of the structures on the side where you guys can like stay. No, you don't need to sleep up here on top of the surface.
I'll do the whole like blanket thing again and throw Dot and Con over my shoulder
Okay.
and walk her to the thing.
And she goes, you don't want to stay up here and sleep because predators up here will see you. Like the Terrafolk.
And so they like lead us to a house.
Yeah, basically they're these homes that are built into the side of Kirsabal, and they go kind of around the entire structure as it goes up into the air. So, and they take you down off of this top, and you go walking down the path. You've discovered, by the way, way easier than walking up the path. This direction is good, and Amble actually looks less stern as he's walking down the path than he did when he was looking up the path. And they show you a place where you can stay for the evening, and they bring you more food to dine on and so forth, and fresh water. And they say, we will be keeping watch, but we will not be offended if you choose to keep watch as well.
I will keep watch.
Bleep, you're still healing your throat. Maybe I'll take first watch.
I can't chew on leaves if I'm asleep.
Are you still chewing on a leaf?
Yes.
I say we let that one out. Does that mean he's not going to be in here?
Well, we're all kind of in the same. It's like what, one big room, like communal.
Basically, yeah. There's like a little
sleeping?
balcony too, where he can like go out and watch at if he really wanted to.
Yeah, we need to all stay together to be safe.
Yes.
I'm like, and I just chug a bunch and then do my ball, and I'm out.
And Bang isn't really gonna care if he doesn't really have a leaf or not, but she'll say, okay, you take a watch and then wake me for another watch, so you can get some sleep. And
Yes.
nice job today.
Yes.
And she's just gonna go to bed because she's super happy that he slaughtered all the things that made her terrified.
Okay, so
Thanks
how
for
long?
all your help.
Literally.
How long are you watching Bleep?
Oh, all night. I don't actually wake her up.
Okay,
I take a short rest, but I don't sleep.
make a
2 days.
perception check,
I will.
Bleep.
Perception is gonna be 17.
Okay, that's fine. So the next morning, those of you who took a long rest wake up refreshed.
Yeah.
I will wake up angry.
You wake up angry because your order was ignored.
Yeah, so all of my like happiness and enthusiasm and like, yeah, you did a good job, and now it's all gone. And she's gonna walk on over to Bleep and very quietly but very sternly be like, why did you not wake me?
You were afraid to get up.
That I didn't ask you to gauge whether I was afraid or not. I
You
told
went
you
back to sleep. You hit snooze on my nose.
What's wrong with him?
I'm being very quiet as well. This is just a conversation between the two of us.
At that, I'll can I insight to see?
Yeah,
Like, is
Absolutely.
he lying or not? Because that, like, the idea that I would tell him to wake me up and then he wouldn't.
Yeah.
That,
Like the first time ever.
yeah.
yeah, like, and have kind of hey, you hit snooze.
I got a 16.
I actually got a 16 as well.
Roll off!
Okay, so actually,
roll again,
no,
or-
I'm gonna go with. There is definitely something odd
Okay.
about Bleep. Yeah, he is. He's never not followed an order. And he's talking funny. So like the turns of phrase he's been using are not very Bleep-like, and there's no ribbiting or croaking or any of the other little sounds that Bleep makes when Bleep talks.
Wait.
Mm-mm.
What's going on? Why did you not follow my orders? Are you not going to answer me?
I had it under control.
Are we hearing any of this, or are they just?
You can see the
sidebar?
two of them over there talking quietly with each other.
Oh.
And
Well, then I'm just gonna sit down and eat.
yeah, you can make an insight check if you want.
I don't feel like I'd be too concerned.
Okay, that's fine.
Sometimes you don't need to take it all on your shoulders.
I rolled a 17 for insight.
Or you can follow my lead, as usual.
That is not for you to decide. I'm the one in charge. I always value your
Doesn't
opinion.
look like it. And I look over at Dot and Con. I was like, and then my head turns back at, you let her lead us into grave peril constantly.
So at this point, the tension that is between you two has been noticed, and Amble comes walking up.
Yeah, I'd be like stick in ass getting taller and straighter and angrier every moment.
Yeah, Amble comes walking up, and he looks at the two of you, and he's like listening quietly to the conversation for a moment.
Oh, I'm getting louder too. Like
Yeah.
as
The moment
I walk up. I rolled a 17 insight.
the moment anybody else joins the conversation, or it looks like I would perceive anybody else is coming near, I would just be like, sorry.
Amble notices that you still have wounds. And he's like, we must fix this. And he kind of descends one meaty claw down on your shoulder.
I slap it away.
And then he turns and he kind of cocks his head as he looks at you.
if you still have wounds, let Amble heal you.
He can ask first.
I'm giving an order.
I raise up to like the full like size that I can possibly be, even like to the point where I throw my dice on the ground because little weak. To like up to this size, like I'm fine.
Hey,
You are following my orders. Amble, would you please heal him?
Amble kind of like
I-
he kind of cocks an eye and looks at you, and he pulls his hand back like this. And he says, "I'm sorry, I did not mean to touch you without your permission." And then he kind of puts his hand out like that, and the little green leafy things go circling around you, and you are healed for 12 points.
Well, then I take Skirmisher, and as he's ending his turn 5 feet next to me, I bound away.
That's fine. He can do this within a long, long distance. If you're within 120 feet of him, he can still cast this.
Okay, so I start to move away, and as that happens, how much am I getting healed by?
12 hit points.
Okay.
I would like to pounce on Bleep.
Like,
As
isn't
soon
he
as he's questioned my leadership, he has defied my orders. He's tried to now run away from something I've directly ordered him to. I don't even notice that the healing still happens.
Go to medbay.
I'm gonna tackle him as he tries to run away.
Okay.
Or gonna try to anyway. And not to hurt him, but like
Yeah.
on the ground.
You're attempting to restrain him, basically.
Kinda.
I get it.
And I'm gonna land on top. I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna say, "Who's in charge of the squad?"
And Con.
And we follow her orders, right?
Yeah.
And who is in charge of you?
Everyone.
And you will accept those orders.
Yeah.
And I'll get off of him.
Okay.
Power play done.
I'm just gonna lay there for a second.
Grung domination.
hey, Bang. Bang. Honesty, Bang. What
And
the
I'll
heck is
continue to
going on?
stand there like over him looking at him, but when she calls out to me, I'll say, "Yes, ma'am."
What the heck is going on?
Reminding someone of their place.
That boy got the ghosty in him.
Yeah, something's wrong. We gotta keep an eye on him.
Really got the ghosty in him.
So Amble,
Oh, yeah.
Amble will make sure
Oh.
that Bleep is all healed up to full.
Okay.
Am I getting topped off?
Yeah, you're getting topped off.
Okay.
So, because he's really concerned about you, your injuries.
Can we all just sit around Bleep?
I willingly accept that. Like, I don't have any. He wants to heal me. I'm like,
Honesty Bang, Zamia, Amble. We must sit and figure out this thing.
Bleep,
Told you to put
Bleep
it in the
seems
bottle.
fine at the moment. Moxenare makes an appearance at your guys' door, a little,
Actually, no. I will continue to like stand there, like still staring daggers at Bleep.
Hey Zach, can you get that? Can you just get that real quick, please?
I'll get the door. I'll walk through it.
Moxenare is standing there when you open the door, hands on hips. She doesn't look much dissimilar from how Dot Khan looks, only she's about 2 feet taller. About 2 feet.
I just have like food all on my beard and face, and hey, morning.
Good morning. Are you ready yet?
I don't know about that.
We're going to take you to Yelyark.
Oh yeah. Okay.
When you're
Are we
ready,
ready?
come up above to the top of the Kirsa Bowl, and we will arrange things from there. We're going to go ahead and take a break at this point, and I'm going to go with, let's take a 20-minute break and come back, and we will continue playing then. So that would be at, we'll call it 2:10 at this point. It's just shy of 20
Yuma?
minutes, so that everybody can, folks who are watching us, go grab a bio break, get some coffee, wine, whatever it is you're drinking, and we'll see you in just a few minutes as we continue our special double episode finale of One Grung Above Season 1. Thank you very much.
it's the 210 to Omu.
You tend to Omu, yes.
Stamping that, I'm gonna write that adventure.
All right. You ready? Okay, we're good, guys. I'm going to go.
Jess, I'll email you this thing in a minute. It shouldn't take me too long.
Hey, everybody. We're back, and we're ready to continue this 4-hour epic season finale of One Grung Above.
What? I thought we won. We got the feather. We won. We're done, right?
Yeah.
We're done.
No. So then the last thing that you guys need is what?
Visage of a
Yes.
goblin.
A massage? Yes.
A massage, yes. We can all use a massage. You need the visage of the Goblin Queen. You know who the Goblin Queen is?
Lady talks a lot. I can't. Smash and bop.
Yeah. No. Queen Grabstab.
Grabs.
It's very similar.
Yes.
And she's at Yellyark.
At Yellyark, and it appears as though Moxonari knows Queen Grabstab. So Moxonari, who is not going to go with you, has written you basically like a note of introduction in Goblin with her little Moxonari seal on it. Yeah, you can read it. And she's rolled it up, and she gives it to you, Dot and Con. And basically what happens now is they take this massive canvas. It's kind of like a big net, actually. And they ask you all to get into the net.
I'm hesitant. Like,
And then. And then.
They go, we're going to take you.
How?
We're going to fly.
Oh,
But you need to get in the net.
okay.
Ma'am, we're all going to end up in a big bundle on top of each other. You know that, right?
Okay.
Physics? Does she get on?
Did you get on, Dot and Con? Yeah, she got on. I'm going
Okay.
to climb up and hang onto the side of the net.
They help you strap in. There's like some little like net strap thingies, and they put you in these straps as they put you in the net. And the only one who doesn't get in the net is Amble. Amble's like, not doing this. But Amble, initially anyways, but then Amble turns into a small furry rodent.
Damn.
Before your eyes, he shifts and changes and becomes a squirrel with a little turtle shell on.
That's so
And he
cute.
crawls onto the net, and he grabs into one of those little harnesses, and he snuggles in.
They have a squirrel-sized harness?
Huh? Well, he turns one of the harnesses that would be like for one of your guys' limbs into a whole body harness for himself.
Oh, that's
Ruin this for me. I'm picturing a squirrel-sized harness, and it's the most adorable thing.
Okay, so they have a squirrel harness. He's in the squirrel harness.
with a turtle shell.
With a turtle shell.
I'm still very much like not wanting to get in there. How far is it to walk?
Well,
It's on me. Hang on the side.
It's a really, really far away. If you just get in the net and lay on it and hold on, you'll be okay.
Since Dot and Con got in, I will get it.
I pull out the biggest cask I have, and just doubling it, and like just an uncomfortably long time of just, and it gets just like staring.
We're having one of those.
Just down, like until it's empty, and then I put it away.
We're having one of those like 18 moments. I ain't getting on no boat, Hannibal.
He brought his own milk. It's great.
Yeah,
for him
that's
to
fine. Drink
dose
this.
Yeah,
Eat
and
this
then I'll
delicious
stumble
cookie.
over and I don't know, sit myself in one of these things.
So they strap you in, and you pass out.
Yep.
And a whole bunch of Aarakocra, like, grab on the edges of this thing. There's probably about a dozen of them. And then another dozen Aarakocra, like, launch themselves into the air. Right? And as a kind of a guard. And the 12 that have this thing, like, basically lift you guys up and they have a way that they hook themselves in, and then they fly up into the air. So it's kind of like the world's largest fantasy Aarakocra helicarrier. Right?
Yeah.
Moving across over the top of the jungles of Chult.
Well, they were jet fighters attacking bombers earlier, so why not?
Yeah. For those of you out there watching us right now, this is Dungeon Master license to do whatever the heck I want.
And I love it.
I just built that. So they have you in this giant net, and you can kind of see down below, but you also feel kind of secure. And with 12 of them carrying you, particularly since the only one on this thing that has any real weight is Mia, and he's asleep.
I imagine like my arms are just sort of like flapping around.
And the rest of you probably weigh 30 pounds soaking wet each, and an individual Aarakocra could carry you, but they don't want to. Why? Because you're poisonous.
Fair enough.
And then, of course, we have Amble, who's turned himself into a squirrel. So he weighs about a half pound, and he's good to go. So, and he kind of, sometimes he'll spend his time like running along the little individual strands of the web. Once everything is stabilizes and it's up in the air, and he'll make sure that everybody's okay. And he'll pull like Mia, he'll like use his little squirrel arms to pull Mia's arms up and make sure he's not going to fall out or anything. And then he scampers back. And you guys fly out over the jungle, and you spend pretty much most of the day flying over the jungle. There's a bunch of Aarakocra like just keeping a lookout. About halfway into the day, they land and they switch out, and the 12 that were on the lookout take up like helicarrier duties, and the ones that were on helicarrier duty get to go do lookout, and they keep you guys going pretty much like that all day.
What direction?
Huh?
What direction?
You are going, let me see here, west across the continent of Chult.
Nice.
And because you're not
Do
traveling
we go over our lair?
over your lair, you go over that like in the first couple of hours. And because you're in the air and you're not trying to traverse through the jungle, it's actually pretty fast going, you know. I mean, it's literally as the Aarakocra flies, right? Through the air.
Not bad.
Across the thing. And they get you guys to a place where there is, by the evening, where there is basically a pair of those two rivers that are going down through Chult, and they get you to the second one, and they bring the whole helicarrier like thing down, and they land and they let you guys out.
Is there one Aarakocra with an eye patch who's like directing everybody else?
Basically, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Awesome.
That would be Thorn. He's there. And he switches the eye patch every once in a while.
I feel like I just face plant onto the ground. I haven't woke up yet.
Basically, yeah, they land gentle, but you're like basically your nose to the earth. The thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the one occasion you woke up, you just drank some more and passed back out again.
The best person to fly with.
Yes. And there you are.
Here we are.
On the ground, and the Aarakocra are looking around, and it's the darkness is descending upon the jungle as it becomes nighttime.
And I'll turn to Thorn since he's talked about being a cartographer, and I'll say, where are we supposed to go from here?
You need to go that way. That's where, over there is Yelyark. It's straight in there in about, I don't know, it'll probably take you a day on the ground to get there from here.
Is there a reason we didn't just fly directly there?
Yeah, the area is kind of overrun right now.
With
The scouts came back and they said they saw a really, really big grung. They didn't know what they were looking at.
And he's saying this in common, I assume?
Yeah.
But big how? Big what?
Like, do you see that group of trees right there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's bigger than that.
Ma'am, we can't, we're still a day away from where we need to go because there's apparently a tree-sized grung.
That doesn't make any sense.
I know, it doesn't.
I don't know. I just telling you what they told me, and I'm just like, okay, we need to let them ground troop this into the place because if we get too close, the grung that big is gonna, do horrible things to Eric Okra, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. What color is it?
Gray?
That's not a color of grung. It's something else.
It's.
I can't understand any of this, so it's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What
Okay,
was it doing? What was it just?
It's grung compatible. It's not exactly a grung.
What was it
Grung
doing?
Racist?
Taking orders from a small golden grung with a big plumage and things.
That guy. I hate that guy.
The golden croak.
Oh, the golden crow.
Yeah, that's the one. I don't like him either.
Okay. Zamia?
On the upside is, I believe they were heading this general direction when we, saw them last. So it shouldn't take you long to catch up with them if that's what you really want to do.
No, we need to get to the queen. We're not.
We need to
No.
go around
That's
them.
where she is supposed to be, though.
Oh, we have to go save the queen.
Yeah, Grung saved the queen.
Yeah.
Come save our gracious queen.
There's a lot of queens out here.
All right.
Okay, we're off. Let's go.
The upside is that even though it's getting dark, you guys have pretty much had a long rest all day long. So you're up for walking now if you really wanted to do that in the dark.
In the trees.
In the trees, right. Well, it is what it is.
Zah, are you okay?
Is he awake?
Somebody wake up Hicks. Somebody get Mia up. Amble walks over and casts Lesser Restoration on Miyagi. And you go from passed out to stone cold sober in about 6 seconds.
All right, where are we going?
Honestly, Ben, you tell him about it. I don't want to talk about the big thing.
I will. As we walk and talk, I'll Aaron Sorkin and give an update on what we just talked about.
Sure.
And so Big Grung.
Really big.
Really big. And Gold Grung, and yeah.
So you guys start walking through the jungle, and you get going, and you're traveling in normal grung style. Sometimes you're up in the trees, sometimes you're down on the ground. You're kind of hopping all over the place as you're moving forward that general direction. The rest of the grung, the Aarakocra, with the helicarrier leave. They roll that thing up, and it only takes a couple of them to fly it back, and the rest of them all leave, except Thorn. Thorn stays with you guys, and he feels like he has and he explains he feels like he has a debt to repay. So he's along for the trip, as it were.
Well, he's dead.
And the only person that can talk to him, people, is Bangerang and Amble.
Anybody who can speak Common, Orin, or Aarakocra. That would be Bangerang.
That'd be Bangerang and Amble. Yep.
Amble, yes.
Okay. I guess I'll ask Thorn to fly up and do like scouting above, and
He does.
Bleep to do scouting in front, and we should probably move as stealthy as possible.
So there's he goes up to fly and he does some scouting, and he kind of alternates between being up and then coming down, and he explains, if I'm up there too long, flying things will see me, and then I will attract flying predators. So short bursts, that's an Eric Okra, technique. Go up for a little bit, take a look around, come back down.
I'm up, they see me, I'm down.
Huh?
In the military, when we're bounding for cover, it's I'm up, they see me, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm up, they see me, I'm down.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, so you have like less than 3 seconds. It's basically like.
Oh, crazy.
and that's literally like what's going through your head, like to count out the time.
When you're new, yeah.
Okay.
As we're walking, I would like to talk to my people.
Sure.
Banger, you can translate for the little one.
Yes, ma'am.
I just want you to know that I understand why other Grung don't automatically try to go and be gold. It's very hard, and also it's very dangerous. We have lost many of our people, and the two of you are so brave and you are so strong. I'm very proud to have you as my people. And you are a good leader, and he, the little one, is a good fighter scout, and together we can get this last piece, defeat the bad Grung, and make me gold, and I will lead all of our people. But only I can do this with you, so don't die.
Yes, ma'am. And
Okay.
I'll relay all of that pretty much exactly to Bleep, but I might add in don't die 3 or 4 more times.
Sure. That sounds
I do
fun.
I go in for an awkward hug, and then I give up, and then I just walk off.
And I'm reminded of what seems now like months ago when there was a moment where Bleep and I had a weird, awkward hug. And, and we just kind of awkwardly look at each other after I yelled at you. And I go back to scouting.
Yes. So about an hour or so later, after our interesting, uplifting conversation, we...
Are we inspired?
Thorn,
She inspired us.
yeah, it's true. Thorn comes down and he says, "There's a big light up ahead."
Like a campfire, like a city, like what?
Like a bunch of lights up ahead.
There's a camp. I'll tell everybody. There's a camp up ahead. There's lights up ahead.
Like a big circle of lights.
Like a circle? Okay. And
So-
seeing the order, I'll say, Bleep, go scout ahead. Take a look. See what you can see.
Big circle. Lights. Lights.
Yeah.
I come back, I say, there's a big circle. Lights.
So you go out there. I'm assuming you're stealthing, so make me a stealth check.
That's gonna only be a 14.
Okay, so you're trooping through the jungle, heading towards where the lights are, and you get to a point where you can actually see them now. And as you're approaching, you look, and not far ahead, you see this clearing in the jungle. Like somebody has forcibly cleared out an area of the jungle, and there's this giant circle clearing, and going about the perimeter of the circle clearing are these massive, I mean, I can only describe them as like tiki torches, right? With the lights and stuff that basically light up this whole empty area.
Okay, so while I'm doing that, while I'm heading out there, I'm tracking this this whole group, and it's my favorite terrain. So, am I able to discern exact numbers of the individuals traipsing about the land that I hold dear to my heart.
Not exact numbers, but there have been a bunch of Grung that have moved through here recently. It's a size. The size of the group is about what you would expect what's left of your army to look like if you were to basically run across them, right?
Okay.
The one thing that you do discover is a pair of really large Grung feet. It's footprints big enough that you can stand in them, in one of them.
Can I lay down and make footprint angels?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like, have you ever seen like the really bad like Matthew Broderick Godzilla?
Yeah.
Big footprint. Yeah, kind of like you're standing in one of those.
Okay, so I'm imagining I'm like kind of like looking at this thing and like kind of like laying down to like see the length of it.
Yeah.
And then like I get down and I like do the little thing and I like kind of swirl around. I'm okay. And then I hop back up.
Make a perception check.
Oh man.
Perception is going to be only a 12.
Oh, okay. Well, that's actually good enough. You get the faint whiff where you're laying down there of rotting meat.
From a direction or on top of me?
From the footprint.
It's a stinky zombie footprint.
So it's just Miyagi's standard feet.
No, this is worse than Miyagi feet.
Okay, so climb out of it, and then I'll go up, and I'm looking at that clearing, and these appear to be cheating. Those appear to be like goblinoids out there. Yes.
Grung.
Grung, and you don't get. I mean, the Grung have been through this area thoroughly recently. If there were goblin tracks, they have been overrun.
Oh, okay. So what I'm looking at, the clearing with lights and everything, it looks like a Grung encampment.
But there's no encampment though. There's nobody there.
It's just
tiki.
It's just a clear area with tiki torches around it.
And are the tiki torches still lit? Yes.
Yes. That's where the light is coming from.
Okay, so I'd like to sneak around the clearing and kind of like get to where I can get as close as I can to one of the tiki torches.
Yeah.
And kind of like see if that's all like Grung activity in there, or like if there's any discernible differences between just like feet and stuff.
Okay, so while he's doing this, what are the rest of you doing?
Waiting to hear back and listening.
Okay, so you're remaining stationary.
Quiet.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right.
No,
so
we sent him out to scout, so we would hunker down and be quiet.
And listen.
Okay, so Bleep, as you go around the outside, make me an investigation check, please.
That's a 21.
So the area inside the tiki torches looks like it was purposefully trampled down, like patted down. And it's almost like a ginormous challenge arena or challenge ring.
Oh. And this is something that I would be familiar with in Grung culture.
Yes.
And do I see any evidence of bodies or anything about?
No.
Do I see blood about?
No.
Okay, so I'll make my way back to the group and I'll find Bang. I'll be like, It appears challenge ring is built where torches are, but no challenge. Wait, just unused.
Here, no bodies, no. Oh.
Not no, and no. Like I saw the big frog track, big grung track.
Mm.
Smell like zombie.
Mm.
And other tracks around smell like grung.
Ah.
I'm looking around, just like, what is it? Looking in the trees, looking around. Like, I'm super vigilant on my looking about.
Yeah, and I'll ask Thorn if he can do another quick fly up and see if he can see the giant tree-sized zombie grung.
Also, I would like to hide.
So as Thorn takes off into the air, you guys hear a, like, actually you don't hear it so much as you feel it. The whole ground shakes, like something shook the ground with its footstep. And
Yeah,
and
now
then
I'm
there's-
hiding too.
And then there's another one.
I am hiding.
And Thorn comes back down and he says, "Somebody is at the ring."
From where?
What?
Where? Which way did they come? I didn't see anything over
I
there.
don't know.
Are we so close that you gotta whisper?
Yeah.
It was big.
Was it the
Right.
tree? Was it the tree-sized grung?
Yeah, probably.
Maybe.
Should we just sneak around?
I don't know.
I'm actually asking. I would in grung ask.
Yeah.
Dot,
Yes.
dot.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go through the trees.
Okay, yeah. Let's be quiet and go around. I don't think we want to fight this giant zombie grung.
It's not a good idea.
Stealth.
But we also need to figure out what else. Why would they have a challenge ring in the middle of here?
Mm.
Doesn't make any sense.
Mm. No, the only way we'll know that is if we find who made it.
So let's go around the perimeter.
Make
Bleep
me
was-
a stealth check.
18.
You want everybody?
Yeah. Well, anybody who wants to be stealthy.
18.
I also got an 18.
18.
22.
A 12.
Okay. Let's take a look here.
And Amble is so stealthy we don't even see him. See, like he's not on our screen anywhere,
We
right?
forgot all about him.
Amble actually got a 16 because that's what he rolled.
Nice.
Because 16 plus 0 is, wait, let me think.
His math.
Carry the one, 16.
Still the
Okay, so as you guys approach the ring and are kind of circling around and being stealthy, you notice a glimpse of gold standing in the middle of the ring.
Is it a big giant size gold? No, it's a
No.
little size. Okay.
I
Same,
think
same size as you guys.
Hmm.
I think it's
Also- Hmm. But we also see do we also see big giant grung?
Yeah, what's that stealth roll like?
Yeah.
So, make a perception check. So I can tell you what you can see through the trees.
It's a 16.
Ooh, that is a 13.
I just got a 10.
I crit and have a bonus of 5.
So yeah, it's there. With a 10, you can verify, yeah, there's something big there. And Bleep, you see part of the creature's head, and it's not a grung. It has 3 massive eyeballs perched on top of its head. And then you guys hear a scream and cursing in Goblin.
What does the cursing, what was it say? Like, is it just sailor cursing, or is there like
a help me?
Yeah, it's basically swear word, swear word, swear word. Please help me, swear word, swear word. Now, swear word, swear word, swear word.
Is it? Okay.
I would like to get closer to see what actually is going on.
And you feel like this person has like pushed the boundaries of their, you know, basically their vocabulary with all the swear words that they've put in there. Primarily because, as you already know, the Goblin language is made up specifically of obscenities and about a zillion different ways to say retreat. And none of those were included.
Okay. So, I see, nobody can see me do this, but I stop, I get down from the tree, and I start walking forward.
How is it that we can't see you do that?
Yeah, why can't we see that?
No, you can't see my face doing what I'm this thinking thing, but that is what I do.
Okay.
I get down and I say, this is the last step. I must be brave.
Okay.
And I'll jump down in front of her as soon as I see that, and I'll be like, ma'am, we're trying to be stealthy, ma'am.
We must save it.
So, as you approach the circle,
I mean, I'm doing that. You guys can do whatever you want. I don't get bonuses for being like whatever it is.
Wise? You mean your wisdom bonus?
Yeah.
So I would land next to Bang, and I would be like, I'd look directly at you and go,
Go stealth.
not
Go
like this.
Go hide and protect.
She wants me to cheat, Bang.
Cheat. We hide and she go out, you mean?
And protect her.
That's what we have to do. We're here to protect her. I'm here to protect us. We're all protecting each other.
We are honorable. They will not recognize if she cheats.
We only see 2 things out there, right?
at the moment, yeah. I mean, that's all you could see
And then
through the perception and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But okay, so this circle, we think that she's gonna go out there and have to fight something.
Okay, beyond that, this is bait.
Yeah.
So, it's either bait for me or it's bait for her. I know which one the croak would want to kill. I don't think he really cares about killing me.
Hey,
No,
there you go. What, you got a plan for saving that Guabi?
Nope.
So you're just gonna walk out there?
Yep. I must be brave. That's how you become gold Grung.
Brave and stupid are kind of the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Unless anybody has better idea.
I'd be thinking we might have some kind of idea before we just go walking out there.
Ma'am, I don't think we need to worry about honor against an enemy that's going to use that kind of evil necromancy, bring him back from the dead stuff. We don't.
Yeah.
This doesn't need to be. We just need to kill this thing.
Okay.
If you want to be walking out there, we should flank from the sides.
Yeah.
These fists do more damage if I'm close.
True.
That thing's got a big mouth.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna look at Miyagi. I'm gonna say, "Do you need to be close too?"
Just do this.
Amble looks at you and says, I don't need to be close.
Give Bleep and I some time to get into positions, and then Miyagi, you should go with Dottenkan.
Ding! I have an idea.
Yeah.
First, we shoot. Then I fist.
Ah! Swear word, swear word, swear word. Help!
Ready?
I would.
So we're doing this?
Bang! Last words.
Okay. So then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step, I'm gonna widen my stance a little bit and grab my whistle stick and actually draw out what it looks like since I scouted it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put down the locations that looked as if they would actually provide us a decent amount of cover, not just concealment.
Yeah.
And where we would have the best chance of raining in some arrows before we engaged entirely.
Okay.
And I'll even I'll make marks for everybody except her because I don't expect her to even follow what I write anyway. So, and I'll point to Vang and say, this, best chance.
He saw this ring, so he would know. So and I'll point to one of those positions and say, I will stay here and shoot from here. And I guess I'll ask Amble and Thorn what they want to do.
Well, Amble and Thorn look and see what the suggestion was, and they just kind of nod, and they point to two different spots that Bleep recommends.
Okay, so my recommendation for Amble is to stay further back from our forward position, and for Thorn to be a courier back and forth in case somebody gets injured. He can run him back to Amble for medical attention and then back out.
Oh, Amble responds by saying, "If you get going now, me being further back is a foregone conclusion."
That's why I drew it that way.
Okay. And the last thing before we all scatter to these positions is I will walk up to Dottenkan and I will say to her, ma'am, I wouldn't have followed you if I didn't believe in you. And I'll offer her help on her next attack or saving throw.
Sure. Okay, so you proceed in, and as you take up your positions around the ring, what you see is this giant frog-like creature with 3 bulbous eyes and tentacles for arms. For those of you out there, I'm just going to tell you, this is a froghemoth. And this
Would we know what it is? Have we heard of this thing?
No. Well, maybe. Who knows? I guess probably. They're native to Chult, I guess. This one, however, smells like dead, rotting meat, and it's still mobile. So it is a zombie froghemoth.
I want to give.
Sorry.
Before we split out, I wanted to walk up to Amble and give him the monkey paw.
He puts it
and
away.
Say, hold or give Minsk.
Okay. He takes it and he stashes it in his bag of holding. Standing next to the froghemoth zombie is the golden croak, with his chest thrust out and his hands on his hips. And dangling above the mouth of the froghemoth by one tentacle is what you can only guess to be Queen Grabstab. She's wearing a big ornate goblin mask, and you're assuming that is her visage. As you step into the ring, Dottenkan.
Wait, I was gonna shoot arrows from outside first.
Sure. As you guys, okay. Let's
Yeah, we had planned out a full-out flank because they said.
Let's do
honor
this. Give me some stealth checks, real quick here. Let's.
No, once you go undead, I don't care about honor.
Crit.
19.
27.
7.
9.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was gonna shoot from the perimeter.
Okay. Amble got.
I offer I offer some helpful hints about stealthing to Bangarang before she goes out.
Amble.
And I take them all and then immediately step on every single twig between there and my position.
Thorn is a whisper in the wind. Amble is crashing through the brush behind Mia. And a distance behind Mia because he's not very fast. And so as you're getting ready to pull your bow, the golden croak kind of looks up because he hears us crashing through the brush. And he's like, "Oh, I know you're out there. We begin our fun now." And as he says now, the froghemoth drops Queen Grabstab into its mouth. And there's a swallowing sound. Roll initiative.
Ah.
That'd be a dirty 20. How do you roll so many crits?
I don't know.
It's crazy. He's crit crazy.
I only got a
But
13.
why now? I would much rather be on an attack.
What'd you get, Bleep?
Bleep has a 27.
Ouch. Miyagi, what'd you get?
19.
And
Sorry, 26.
Bangarang, what'd you get?
13.
And Amble. Nope. And Thorn. And lol.
Lol.
Zombie froghemoth. Oh.
Touch it.
Okay, Bleep.
Yep.
What you gonna do?
I don't know what is appropriate in this scenario, so Grung expert, you're gonna have to tell me. Would I fire on the golden croak?
Generally speaking, from a cultural standpoint, that challenge is meant to be, at least initially, for Con only.
Mm-hmm.
For the golden croak himself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there you have it.
Okay.
All you know is that that's what you know.
Okay, so then, and all we see is the croak and the frog.
The croak and the frog and the goblins inside the froghemoth. Yes.
Well, I can't see that.
But you saw it happen.
Then I will fire at the froghemoth.
Okay.
That'll be a 23 to hit.
Yep.
Do we need a con save for froghemoth?
No, he's a zombie.
You know. So that'll be 16 damage on the attack.
Okay, 16 damage to Monsieur Froghemoth. The golden croak will go next.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I'll use my bonus action to hide again. With a 22.
Hold on to that number.
Don't you break my thing.
That's how you hold the book.
The golden croak strides out to the center of the ring, assumes a martial stance, and basically motions for Con.
Oh. Oh!
Your turn, Dot and Con.
It is?
Yes.
Well, I shoot him twice from outside, and I say, "You are gold now, but not for long." Oh!
But you were sneaky, yeah?
Yeah.
So he doesn't know where you are.
I
Not
just
that
yelled
that's
that
much.
first.
She yelled at him.
Then you're running, you like it.
RP before attack.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what she would do.
That is absolutely valid. There's nothing wrong with that. Nobody.
I would let it fly.
Phew, phew, pew, pew, off into the night.
Oh. She rolled a 1 on her first attack.
Yeah, he catches
You
it
do have
and takes it,
help.
and he mumbly pegs it in the ground next to him.
Oh, she is right. You did
Oh.
have help on the first one regardless.
Hi-ya!
Oh, wow. Okay.
That would be a 26 total. That was a 19 on the die.
Sure, why not?
Cheers.
And that is an 8 damage.
Okay.
Okay.
So the first one that you rolled a 1, you
was
then rolled
not
a
a
19.
1.
So the
And
first
then-
one hits him. He snaps it off, throws it on the ground. He catches one out of the air and throws it on the ground. And he says, "Is there no honor here?"
And then he turns into a Scottish dwarf.
It's true.
How far
and
away
they,
is he?
what?
How far away is he?
He's within 40 feet.
Okay, okay. I definitely just step out of the shadows
Okay.
with my eyes glimmering in the firelight. It's like 5 feet forward.
Miyagi, what are you
Yeah.
gonna do?
Well, yeah, before she goes, I'm like, remember what I taught you, Daddy girl. I'll save the golden quote for you. And then so how far away am I from this behemoth, froghemoth thing?
The froghemoth, you're about 40 feet from the froghemoth.
Oh, well.
Oh, did I say that? Yeah. Oh, wait. I will do the patient defense.
Okay,
I spend a key point to do that.
sure.
All right. Well, I'm gonna run out and I'm gonna try to make it like in the way that I'm running. I'm gonna make it seem like I'm obviously not attacking the golden croak. I'm
Yeah.
gonna run past him
Yeah.
and go for the froghemoth.
Okay.
So I will. I'm just gonna do both attacks. So first one is 14.
14.
Mhm.
A 14 will, let's see here. Let's figure these out. A 14 just hits.
And my second one was a crit.
Nice.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiger strikes again.
Yeah.
So,
No.
yeah. All right. So how does that work out? Well, so I roll for the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
roll damage.
So
The roll there
first
for both of
attack
them.
hits for 4.
Okay.
And then how do I handle that crit? I just
The
roll
crit-
normal?
Yeah, you roll whatever dice you normally roll it twice, but you only
Uh-huh.
add the bonus once.
Okay. So 4 plus 5. No. Okay, sorry. 5. So 6. Hit for 6.
Okay.
But then I'm going to spend a key point and do stunning strike.
Yeah.
On the froghemoth.
Yes.
Okay, got it. What's the DC for the saving throw?
I forget this every time. How does this work? Is it my constitution?
Your wisdom
no.
save.
Should be written.
It's your wisdom.
It's right
My
here.
wisdom is 16, and then it says plus 3.
See,
Okay.
it's actually written on.
Yeah, it should actually be written on your page down at the bottom where it says DC and then the number.
Or it says stunning strike DC.
Yeah.
16 on a Constitution saving throw DC, whatever it is.
Well,
These-
you hit him, and I actually got 19 on the die. So the stunning strike does not work on the froghemoth, but when you hit him with a crit, the froghemoth, like you watch the ripple of the power of the blow go up the body of the froghemoth, and it opens its mouth as if to roar a silent roar, And the only sound that comes out of the mouth is the sound of the goblin queen inside yelling in goblin, "Get me out of here!" and then there's like the mouth opens and closes a bunch of times in the froghemoth, and it's like, hey, help!
Do I roll damage for that stunning strike?
Nope.
No.
No, okay. Cool. Oh, then I'm done.
And then that was Miyagi. Thorn. So Thorn swoops over the top of the whole area, and he does like a reconnaissance pass. I don't know what you'd call that, but basically he's taking a look before he gets involved in this fight. And when he comes back, he yells down to where Miyagi and Bleep are, and Bangarang, and he basically says, "There's something inside the froghemoth with her."
Oh no.
That's disgusting. Okay.
Amble, for the first time ever, does not just collapse on the ground.
Animal.
Tell me he's gonna do what I hope he's gonna do, because I know what he taught me that I'm gonna do.
Amble raises
this
his
thing being
hands in
okay.
the air, and a beam from the moon descends down upon the froghemoth.
Even better. We have epic music going on suddenly. Nice.
What are we in the cantina?
Shame on you, sir. That is nothing near this.
Let's see here.
What, it's not Kirk fight music? It's about to be punches and kicks. Why not?
Okay.
Go Amble.
The thing fails its saving throw and takes some damage. Radiant damage as this beam of moonlight strikes down upon it full into the top of the head. And again, the froghemoth opens its mouth in this massive, that's really not awesome damage. Silent scream, and all you can hear screaming out from inside the froghemoth is Queen Grabstab, who appears to be panicked at this point. Okay, that brings me to Bangarang.
Okay. How far away am I from the froghemoth?
About 40 feet.
Okay. I would like to get within 30 feet of it. So just
Okay.
move like 10 feet.
Yeah.
I would like to stay in the trees if that's possible. So like
No.
angle. No?
10 feet,
All right.
you have to like step into the arena.
I will step into the arena so that I'm 30 feet away, because if I'm going to offer help to anybody, I have to be 30 feet away from it.
Sounds good.
But what I'm actually going to do is remember one of the things that Amble taught me, and I'm going to guiding bolt this thing.
Okay, go for it.
I'm going to try to anyway. So this is attack. Okay. That would be a 23.
Hit.
Nice.
So
All right.
you project this beam of radiant energy out towards the creature.
Yep, it's gonna take 4d6 radiant damage. Well, shit. That'd be 8. That'd be 8 radiant damage because I rolled a bunch of ones.
Now you know how Amble feels right now. You know.
The good thing is, the next person to attack the froghemoth gets advantage. So it's got mystical,
Cool.
glowy, glittery light all over it. That was my action. That was my movement, and then Miyagi's already on it.
Miyagi is in the froghemoth's, I want to say is his face, but really it's more like his groin area.
Okay.
Its ankles.
So the next attack on it has advantage, and then I will give help to Miyagi so that he has advantage.
Sure.
Multiple people can have advantage on this thing, and I will be done.
Well, the Froghemoth is going to. Let's see here.
That was not the best rolls. I rolled 2 1s out of 4 dice. I rolled 2 1s. Oh.
It's tough.
So, yeah, let's try this. Miyagi, make me a strength saving throw.
You would be able to take this help on. I'm triple checking. I think it's attacks or saving throws. Where are they going to be? Yeah, I think so. So if you want to use... Oh my god. Why can't I find this?
That's okay, I've got it right here.
Yeah, it's just a help action. So if you want to use it on your saving throw instead of your attack, you can.
Okay. What'd you get?
You are muted.
Sorry, I got 17.
Okay, not quite there. Just a bit outside.
If I know that, can I decide to take the help now?
Yes, now is a good time to make that other roll.
Oh, it's even worse that time, so never mind.
Okay, so the Froghemoth kind of looks down at where you've been punching it in that knee, and its tongue goes down, wraps around you, and pulls you up to its mouth.
Yep.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that a 25 will hit your armor class.
Nope. I'm just kidding.
So as the Froghemoth brings its mouth down, you will take 20 points of damage.
Holy crap.
Oh my goodness.
And it swallows you.
Ooh, okay.
Hey, while you're down there, go
Yeah,
grab
right.
the goblin.
We'll see.
When you get down below, here's the cool thing about being a dwarf. You have dark vision. So when you get down into the stomach of the Froghemoth, you can see what's going on. There is not one, but 2 other people down here with you. One is Queen Grabstab, who is cowering in a corner of the stomach that belongs to the rotten zombie Froghemoth. The other thing looks a lot like Bleep, only gray and hideous and very ghoul-like.
Oh man.
It looks like one of Bleep's brothers is waiting down here.
But I wouldn't know that, so. Right?
Well, no, you guys have met them once.
Oh, right. So I
Back
do know
when
that.
you were in the Shadowfell and you
that's right.
got captured. Yes.
Okay.
So, he's bad to the bone, yeah, there you have it. So Froghemoth has done his thing. And that brings us back to Bleep.
Come on, Bleep.
So Bleep is gonna fire off. Wait, the Froghemoth, the guiding bolt is no more.
Guiding bolt's still good.
Okay. Either way, I'm hidden, so I'll fire off my next shot. That'll be a 15 to hit.
15 on the Froghemoth will hit.
Yeah. Okay. Oh! I rolled 3 1s on the sneak attack dice.
Oh.
So that's a total of.
Why,
Sucks
DC?
CV.
Why do you hate us?
That's a total of 10 damage. And then I remember about the ones that we faced in Mesro.
Yeah.
And I light one of the or I see the torches, and on the next round when I pop out, I'll do that. So bonus action is going to be to hide, and then but I've located one of the torches. That's close enough, I think.
Alrighty, cool.
And I crit on my hide.
You could also, by the way, just grab one of the tiki torches.
Ooh, that would not allow me to be hidden very well.
Just saying it's an option.
Sure. And I can't use the torch in my bow.
Okay, so the Golden Croak will rush Dot and Con. Let's
I'm defending.
see what happens.
Dodge, patient defense.
Yeah.
Where did my... Oh, here we are. My Croak stats.
Come on.
Dot and Con, does 17 hit you?
Yeah, I've got a 17.
It's at disadvantage because she's got patient defense going on.
Yep, I'm dodging.
Oh, yep, good one. Okay, so I rolled the other dice and I get 20.
Balls.
So 17.
So 17 will hit you, and the Golden Croak basically runs up and he bites you.
Jerk.
You're gonna take 10 points of damage.
Uh-huh. And then...
And your charisma score is reduced by 1. You get a feeling that if that charisma score goes to 0, that will not be good for you.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
All right, cool. That brings me to Dot and Con. It's your turn.
I'm so mad.
And so I just go to attack him using my open hand technique.
Go for it.
I am attempting to knock him prone.
All right.
That is a 20. Ooh, that's a...
Not prone first.
Yeah, not prone. So he's prone.
Oh, 20. Is there a saving throw against that? I believe there is.
DC 14.
And that's a
Dexterity, sorry.
dexterity saving throw. He rolls a natural 20.
Balls.
You know that.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. So that was a dirty 20, and then 18 plus 7, and a 21.
Yeah, all those hit.
And a 15.
15 will not hit.
Okay, well,
But aren't you doing the
I
open
can
hand
only-
technique on each hit?
is
It's
it?
whenever you hit, so it's every single one if you want.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, well then, yeah, I'm going to keep trying to knock him prone. So that's 2 more
So whenever you,
saves.
save the succeed on.
Oh my god. Huh?
Huh?
Go ahead. He makes that saving throw twice more.
Okay, so that is a 1, 2, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 total points of damage.
Oh. Okay. He has taken 17 damage. You run up and you hit him, and you hear these satisfying crunching sounds as you lay into his body. But there's definitely something still weird about him.
This is for the brothers!
Oh,
Miyagi,
Mm-hmm.
you're inside of a froghemoth
Mm-hmm.
with a ghoul grung assassin.
How far away is he?
He is pretty much adjacent to you at this point.
So like,
The stomach isn't
oh.
that big.
oh, okay. Yeah.
This is what we call close quarters fighting.
Okay. I'm not, and then I recognize who he is, and I'm like,
Oh yeah, he's bad news.
sorry, boy. Your bro don't like me anyway, but I don't think this is gonna help. And I go, just attack.
Go for it.
So that would be 24 for the first one.
24 is going to hit.
24 again.
That will still hit.
So 9 plus 6 would be 15 damage.
15 damage. Wow, good job.
Yes. And then I'm going to spend a keep point and do stunning strike.
Okay. DC for that is what?
What did we decide that was?
14.
14?
14. Okay, I'm going to write.
He just made that saving throw.
Dang it.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so you go to town on Blop, and he is injured. That brings me to Miyagi Thorn. Thorn pulls back into the air, and he fires 2 shots at the Froghemoth. Those are both going to miss. Ouch. Amble continues with the Moonbeam, which I believe lasts for some period of time.
Probably at least a minute, unless he loses concentration.
Duration, concentration, 1 minute. It does. And so Froghemoth continues to take radiant damage from this beam of, ooh, that's better, light that sends down from the heavens and strikes it right on the biscuit.
That lovely, lovely biscuit.
Yes. Let's see here. Fantastic. So, boom! You see, like it's starting to steam and smoke where the moonbeam is hitting it. Okay, Bangarang.
All right. I was kind of dreading this because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I watched Miyagi get eaten by this thing. I know that the Goblin Queen we need is in it, so I'm gonna use my last spell slot and I'm gonna Guiding Bolt it again.
Go for it.
Try to get this thing out of. Try to kill it. Oh, that's the wrong sheet. I need you. 18.
18 will hit.
All right. Let's see if I roll better this time.
Roll that beautiful beam footage.
That's better. That's 14 radiant damage.
Ow.
And the next attack against it has advantage.
Nice.
And then can I see do I need to? Actually, no, I don't think I need to. Because I'm within 30 feet of the Froghemoth for my bonus action, I will give Bleep. Yeah, I'll give Bleep advantage. I'll offer Bleep help.
Cool. Bleep
Because I
has
know
advantage.
Bleep can attack twice.
Yes.
So I'm going to
can
make
he?
it. Well, because dagger, right?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
if I run in there.
If you which hey, whatever you want to do, but I'm like, so Guiding Bolt, someone has advantage. Bleep's definitely got advantage.
Cool.
And I'm going to stand there and face down the Froghemoth and be ready to Uncanny Frog. I'm done.
Okay, so you are there. Yeah, Froghemoth. Froghemoth time.
Yeah.
So you're there. So the Froghemoth tentacles lash out in multiple directions at this point.
I Uncanny Frog in all directions.
One tentacle is coming at you, Bangarang. It's going to hit an armor class of 28.
Well, yeah.
So it grabs you and hurls you up against a tree for the sum total of about 15 points of damage.
So that'll Uncanny Frog. So
Yes.
7.
The other one reaches up and lashes at Thorn, who manages. I don't know actually if he does or not. Actually, nope. It just gets Thorn, and he grabs him and hurls him across the top of the jungle canopy. And you hear this, "I'm okay."
All right.
But clearly, there's a at the end of that. And, bird bones are hollow, so there's a crunching sound.
Oh.
Bleep! It's your thing. Do what you want to do.
Well, since she yelled at me, get in there, then I will take the hand. I will grab, I'll pull my dagger, and I'll rush up, grabbing one of the torches at the same time, and I will dead attack.
Okay, go for it.
So the first one will be with the dagger. Crit!
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Nice.
And we win. We just win, right?
No.
This is like his 5th crit, and we get the 6th one for free, and then we win.
Yeah. That's exactly not how it works, but that's okay. That's exactly.
I've clearly got this punch card that I get punched every time Rudy crits.
Yeah.
That's why I give him advantage all the time.
How many crits have you had?
That's the first combat crit. But I've had I think it's been 5.
Yeah.
He's rolled a bunch of natural 20s today.
Yes.
We'll call it a grip.
A group of 20s?
A grip of 20s.
I love it.
Ooh, numbers.
So with the dagger, that's right. And
You're gonna like this. This is good stuff.
and then I'll go ahead and roll the attack for the offhand with the torch, which is not a natural 20, but it's a natural 18, so plus 7.
Oh, sure, you got it. Why not?
Yeah.
Light this puppy up. Literally and figuratively. All the lighting.
What are we doing on damage for a torch, Chris?
Go ahead and, for the torch, call it D6 fire. Or you could call it a club and +1 fire damage. It's up to you.
Okay, so then I'll do the club with the +1 fire damage.
So that's D6 plus 1 then.
Yeah. All right, so that's a total up, and that's not crit, so that's just a total of, no, it's at 14, 20, 30, 40 damage.
On the Froghemoth?
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Wow.
That's math.
That's not the max that he's done, though.
No, but it's still nice.
Yeah.
Neat. All right, inside the Froghemoth, we have a Grung assassin who is going to totally attempt to jack up Miyagi. So let's see here. Miyagi, does 22 hit your armor class?
Yes.
All right, you are going to take 6 points of piercing damage, and you have to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay. Let's.
Nice one.
So first, you said 6, right?
Yeah.
And then is this for poison? Because I have something that
It is not for poison.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. So con saving throw, you said?
Yes, sir.
Oh boy.
Woo. So 18 plus 2. That would
Oh
be
yeah, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah.
You start to feel like your muscles locking up from the necrotic energy coursing through the blade that he shoved in your gut, but you managed to shake that off. So, yeah, you don't want to be paralyzed in here with the Grung assassin. He would do all kinds of damage to you. The Golden Croak is gonna just full on go at Dot and Con at this point.
Bring it. I can handle it.
So we're gonna, let's see here. Let's see, armor class 13, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that misses.
Misses.
But armor class 21,
Nope, that hits.
for 13 points of slashing damage as he claws into you, you get a Constitution saving throw. This is also not poison.
Failed.
Are you sure?
Wait, do I get to re-roll for something?
No.
Yeah, I rolled a 5.
Okay, yeah, you failed. You're paralyzed. Your muscles like lock up where you're standing. And there you have it.
I'm paralyzed.
So let's see here.
That's terrible.
Dot and Con, it's your turn. You get a saving throw against paralyzation at the end of it.
Cool. This is the end of my turn.
This is the end of your turn. Make a saving throw.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's I rolled a 6.
Oh, seems
Yeah.
bad. So you're paralyzed
Bad.
still.
This is bad.
Miyagi.
All right. Well, yep. I'm just gonna attack him.
Go for it.
First one would be 19.
Yep.
I literally look like this right now.
Second would be even higher than that, so I'm assuming I'd hit.
Yep.
Okay.
All those assumptions are true.
So 8 damage,
Okay.
and yeah, and then I'll spend a key point and do Fury of Blows.
Go for it.
Okay. And that's 2. So first one is Dirty 20.
Got it.
Second one is 19.
Right on. You hit him twice more as you're inside the thing. Go ahead and roll damage for that.
And I only add the plus one time, right?
No, you added both times.
Oh, okay. 8 plus 9 is 17.
Ouch. Okay, so you come at Blop and you're just like pow, pop, 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 pop. And that last blow, you hit him and you watch as his head kind of spins and there's this like really inelegant snapping sound. And he collapses inside the Froghemoth. And you kind of watch as his body dissolves into goo.
Is there any part, like, can I try to snatch any part of him?
Oh yeah, you can totally grab a piece of his like gear that would identify him as him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna snatch that.
Okay.
And,
Like his dagger that he stuck you with. Yeah, so you pull that out of your gut and you can keep that as a memento.
I'll put that in the bag.
Yep. I was inside a Froghemoth and got stabbed by a Grung assassin, and all I got was this stupid dagger.
or Saturday, you know.
Yeah.
This is what happens on Saturdays.
Yeah, there you have it. You have completely destroyed him.
Nice.
Did you destroy the Froghemoth?
No.
The evil dude inside stomach. But hey, that's one thing down, right?
It's true.
And then has the Queen Goblin noticed me or whatever?
Oh yeah. She is very. I don't know if she's happy to see you or not. It's hard to tell. She's wearing a mask.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, hey, Guabi, I know you don't know what I'm saying. I'm good. I'm just gesturing like, hey, I'm helping.
Yep. She'll insight that. Oh yeah, she got a really good insight check. She gets the impression that you're trying to help.
Can I do another thing?
Like what?
Well, I would like to take out my strongest of alcohols, the highest proof, and start pouring it around the inside of the stomach. Or do I have to wait till my next turn?
No, that's next turn. Okay. I like where you're going with this though. We call this heartburn.
Oh.
So, okay.
Thorn is going to spend his round flying back to the combat.
Oh, okay.
Amble will continue to maintain his concentration on his thing. But the Froghemoth steps out of the moonbeam and takes only half damage this round from that. So there you have it. Bangarang.
I'm gonna shoot the Froghemoth.
Go for it.
Because I have a friend next to it.
One more time with feeling.
Well, I mean, if you insist.
To what?
15 to hit?
15 We'll hit the Froghemoth.
All right. Okay. 6, 13. So that's 16 damage.
Okay, you do 16 points of damage. Ouch.
I do. I will. Do I notice Dottenkon frozen?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say yes. Yes, you
Okay.
do. You notice that she's not moving.
Yeah. Then I'm going to offer her help.
Yeah.
So I'll throw that her way for her next saving throw.
Yeah.
Me too.
Do you know how there's a problem with Dottenkon? Because she's awake and not talking.
Yeah.
Fair.
Like there's this moment where I don't hear anything over there, and I'm like, huh. And so
I thought that was just Satine.
since I'm throwing her the help, I will then move up next to the Froghemoth so that Bleep has somebody next to the Froghemoth. And
Okay.
I'll be there helping out there.
You and
I'll-
Bleep together against the Froghemoth.
Yeah.
The Froghemoth will go then, and I will start with Bleep. Tentacles, Tentacles, here it comes, bud. Oh, armor class 17.
Yeah, that'll hit.
It grabs you with its tentacle, and does 15 points of damage, and you're grappled. And the other tentacle is only going to hit an armor class of 15.
Nope.
No, not you.
Oh.
Against Bangarang. Sorry, bud.
Then yes. Uncanny Frog!
And you're grappled too. So you'll take only 7 points of damage if you uncanny frogs. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And the Froghemoth has a growing in each hand, and it can't figure out which one it wants to eat first, because it knows it has an empty spot now in its belly that used to have. Okay, so that brings me back to Bleep.
Bleep is going to wail on the Froghemoth with the magic dagger and the mace/torch.
Go for it.
The first attack will be a 19 and the second one a 17.
Yes, both attacks will hit.
Okay.
Man.
That's okay. That one kind of made it for it. So that'll be 6 on the, I guess 7 on the mace, and a total of 14. Yeah, 14 on the dagger.
Ouch.
15.
Got it. So you slam this thing with the dagger and the club torch thing that you got going on, and you're basically trying to kill it before it kills you at this point, it sounds like.
It's familiar territory. I'm surprised I'm not swallowed already. It's, yeah.
We're not there yet. The golden croak. The golden croak is going to bite you.
Oh.
And since you're paralyzed,
Isn't there a breeze or something?
Huh.
you are going to lose 4 charisma,
Holy balls.
and you're going to take 20 points of damage.
Oh, and I'm down.
Oh, crap.
That's it. I'm unconscious. And it goes like this, and then it goes like this.
Yes. And Dotton Khan hits the ground. Miyagi, what are you going to do?
Sig, you're muted.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting. Sorry. Okay, so I'm gonna take out the highest proof cask, look at it a little longingly, take a sip, and then just start like throwing around like I'm gassing the place before
Nice.
I set up.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you spend
And
your
then-
round, your 6 seconds, basically just pouring this really noxious liquor all over the inside of the froghemoth,
Mhm.
preparing
And now
it
is-
for a cocktail or a bonfire, your choice.
Yeah. Now, does that take my whole action to do
It
that?
will take your action to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And next round,
Does it
if you
look
can light them up.
Does it look like we climb out of here, or
You can try to climb out. Yeah.
okay? But it would have to be next turn, right?
Yes, sir. Oh, no, climbing is move. So if you want to start trying to climb now, you can.
Okay. Well, I would like to like, hey, try to get the goblin queen to come with me and try to gesture. And it depends on what he does.
She will move over, and she will, because she made that insight check last round, but I'm going to say that she is going over, and when you make the gesture, she jumps on your back, so she's holding on to you.
Okay.
She's
Cool.
size small, as the goblins are small, so she's not particularly heavy. Go ahead and
So-
make me an athletics check for climbing. It's going to be hard because you're trying to get through the esophagus of this zombie behemoth.
So, well, also I have a question. So, can I spend a key point for Step of the Wind, and as my bonus action, and it'll help me because my jump distance is also doubled as well. Would that affect me getting out at all? Would that help?
Sure, let's do that. You spend your key point.
Okay.
I still want you to make an athletics check, but you can go ahead and make it with advantage, and you're going to get further, of course, if you're successful.
Okay.
I like all those words.
Athletics. All right. Well, that's just a natural 1 there, and I don't have any bonus. So.
No, did you roll? Did you roll with advantage?
Oh, advantage. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better. 14.
14 is much better. So with that, you start making your way up. You are halfway up the esophagus, and with the Goblin Queen in tow. And you could probably try and get out next round if you want to.
Cool.
Cool beans. That brings me to Thorn. Thorn gets there, and he fires 2 more shots at the froghemoth. One of them is definitely going to miss, but one will hit, and he will do. Ouch. 18 points of damage to the froghemoth as he shoots it right in one of its eyeballs.
Really?
Amble rushes forward. Standing on the other side of Dotton Khan, reaches down and touches Dotton Khan.
Gamble.
4 points of healing.
For 22 hit points. No, 24 hit points.
No.
It's like, give me
I'm awake.
So he reaches down and he heals you, and then he basically interposes himself. He stands over Dotton Khan, between him and the golden croak, and basically keeps his body with shell intact in between him and her. So that brings me to Bangarang.
Okay. I'm gonna stab the froghemoth that I don't like.
Who really likes a froggy myth? I mean,
That is a dirty 20. That's true.
that'll hit.
All right.
I mean, really, this one you can't even eat because it's already rotten.
Yeah. Oh, the whole thing just stinks. Awful. That's 10 points of damage.
Ouch.
Yeah. And then I'm going to throw my help over to Amble because I see what he's done, and so
Okay.
I'm going to throw him help on his next attack or saving throw.
Okay, sounds good.
And I guess I can't move because I'm grappled, but that's all I can do.
Okay.
So I'm just going to stab this thing, and I'm going to be yelling curses in all of the different languages I know, and I'm going to be calling this. Everything is smelly.
I didn't know you were going to do that. That by itself could take all round, using that many languages.
Oh yeah. This round and the next round, I'm just cycling through them all. Like every version of smelly that I can yell at this thing, at the golden croak, all of it. It all stinks.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and
You might say I'm taunting this thing.
Okay, I'll accept that, actually. You need to roll a... Here's my froghemoth. Make a strength saving throw.
Oh, I'm excellent at those.
I know you are.
That's a 7.
Okay, so he puts you... And you get swallowed. Fortunately for you, you only go down part way. I need Miyagi to make me a strength saving throw as well.
Oh, great.
Can I uncanny frog to try to not hit Miyagi at all?
21. So
21 is good. So he manages to hold his position, and now you have another Grung on top of you that was just swallowed a moment ago. Plus, as the froghemoth was swallowing, it was trying to force you down too. He's got stuck right here, and it won't come up.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I love it.
Worst dwarf heartburn ever. So, all right, that is going to bring me to Bleep.
Come on, Bleep.
Bleep has is basically just held in this arm in one of the tentacles. I'm wailing on the tentacle. It hasn't given up yet. Right? Anything else I'm missing?
Nope, you're not missing a thing.
Okay. Well, I have at thee some more with my one-trick poniness.
Go for it.
Trick. I feel like you've got a few tricks up your sleeve, Gutenberg.
Well, I'm just waiting to be pummeled into submission. So that'll be a 24 and a 18.
You got him.
To hit. That's better.
Ooh, that's much better.
So that'll be... Uh, 31 points on that one.
Ow.
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew.
Okay, so you stabbing this thing with your daggers and stuff, and blood and pus and spit and ass are flying in all the different directions.
I'm just trying to cut myself loose, basically.
Yeah, and it's not quite dead yet, but it's very close. And Golden Croak is going to look Amble in the eye.
Oh no.
And
Can I use... Oh, I already used it. Never mind.
and he's going to attack. Amble hunkers down behind his shield.
Aw, Amble.
And we'll get hit twice.
Oh.
So, let's see here. How are we doing? So he hits Amble really hard a couple of times. Amble is going to fail his paralyzation saving throw, and he...
Except he has help from me, so he's advantage on it.
You're right. He will make his paralyzation saving throw.
Yes.
Yeah.
and he'll be damaged for 2 points of charisma at the moment.
Oh
Better
man.
than being paralyzed.
And Ambo looks like he could not take one more shot like that. He's very rocky on his feet. Dot and Khan, it's your turn.
Oh my god. I'm so mad. Amble, save yourself. And I jump over Amble, well, mostly just walk over Amble.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hit him a bunch.
Go for
The
it.
first one I'm going to try to stunning strike him as well.
All right. What's your DC? Is that 15, 14?
14. Do I have help? Did I have help still? No. Oh my god, come on. Okay, 16 plus 7.
That will hit.
23.
Okay. So that's it.
Use that now.
Yeah, stunning strike.
You gotta tell him that you're gonna do it.
Yeah,
What?
he did. I made the saving throw for stunning strike, and he failed the saving throw. So the first blow,
Nice.
you hit him, and he's stunned. How much damage does it do?
1d6 plus 4.
Go ahead and do it. Because your next attack is gonna be at advantage.
So that is a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
And this one is at advantage.
Now make your next attacks at advantage. Yeah.
So 17 plus 7.
Yep.
That's my last attack.
24, yeah.
That's 8 damage. Yeah. So
Yep.
that's the thing.
And he's stunned until
And he's stunned.
Okay. So he takes the 8 damage, and he is definitely like trying to shake this off. You can see Miyagi. What are you gonna do?
So, I'm gonna light a torch.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, I hope you enjoy that big man juice, you filthy zoomy. And I'm gonna drop it down the esophagus.
All right, so you drop the flame down the esophagus, and I'm gonna pull DM shenanigans right now, and roll some dice.
As you drop it, I'm like, Miyagi, where, oh.
As
And
as
you
I
guys-
drop it, I would like to be trying to move out.
Oh yeah, you're starting to like scramble out as you drop the fire, and you see it like go flicker, flicker, and there's like this moment where it's like the flame is getting ready to go out, and then all of a sudden it catches, and the whole thing goes up, and basically projectiles the three of you out from the froghemoth as it explodes outwards in all directions. Those of you who are outside the froghemoth watch as the froghemoth like literally blows up from the inside and falls apart with like fleshy bits on fire in all different directions.
love it.
Now that said, you two are going to both take 4 points of damage as you land on the outside, but I feel like that's a small price to pay for
Absolutely.
exploding froghemoth.
Oh, yeah. I take it gladly.
Yep. The golden croak looks not happy, and you've stunned him, and you watch as the facade of the croak fades away, and all you see is this vicious-looking demonic creature with long nails, who you've been fighting to this point.
You're not even a Grung.
He's not. He is some kind of strange demon. And that is going to bring me to, see, there's no more froghemoth. He's dead. To Thorn, who just turns and says, "This fight is without honor," and he fires directly on the creature formerly known as the Golden Croak. He's only going to hit once, though, and do 11 points of damage.
Sure, yeah.
Okay. Amble disengages and moves away.
Paralyzed, right?
No, he made the saving throw because of the help.
Right.
So he disengages and he moves away from the demon. And that brings me to Bangarang.
Yeah, I'm going to stumble to my feet, a little singed, a little
Yeah, you're listening
burnt,
to little fiery patches, and they're kind of going out as you're like moving.
a little wide-eyed, but, you know, this is not my first time being spat out of a a dead creature and almost evens that out. I'm beginning to get used to it now. I see the demon. I'm going to fire at it.
Right on.
That would be a 16.
16 is going to hit.
Awesome.
Don't forget that you have advantage on that attack.
Oh.
Because he's still stunned.
Oh, is he still stunned? Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
the fact that he's stunned is why his magical facade dropped.
Perfect. It's better, but it's not a 20. So.
Go for it. Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All right. 14. That's 17 damage.
Ouch.
And while I might not have quite seen what happened and why there's suddenly a demon and no croak, I see Dotton there, and I will throw her help on her next attack.
Go for it. Okay, cool.
And then I'm done.
Bleep.
As I'm falling, as the tentacle starts to unravel around me,
Yeah.
I'm starting to fall, and I see the facade drop in front of her, and I saw already her go down once.
Yeah.
So in midair, I launched the magic dagger across the field at it.
Nice.
Roll to hit. Again, you have advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled 2 18s.
Nice.
Ooh.
That means you can pick which one, and either one hits.
Yeah.
Which one's a
Yeah.
prettier dice?
Yeah.
So that'll be. So that'll be 28.
28 damage. Ow, 70, 90. Fantastic. You launch it. It goes right into like his chest, and he staggers back. Dot and Con, it's your turn.
Sorry, it was only 22.
That's fine. Dot and Con, it's your turn.
I'm still so mad. And I'm going to hit it. What are all like dots? All right. Oh, I can help. Oh, yeah. Okay, first one misses. Oh, second one misses.
But it's stunned, so
You have advantage.
you have advantage plus
Okay.
help. So would she get triple advantage?
There's no such thing as triple advantage.
Okay, so I rolled 2 16. So 16 plus 7.
Yep.
And oh yeah. I crit.
All right. So roll that damage.
Alrighty then. Stunning strike for one of them. By the way, because I gotcha. So that's I don't know. Constitution saving throw DC 14.
Well, add up the damage first. That may not be necessary.
So okay, that was 11, 12, 15. 13 plus 9. 13, no, can you read?
You need, what do you got?
15 plus 9
Okay, 26 or 24.
and plus 10.
Yeah, it's another.
That's a 34.
Okay, so you lay into him, bam, and then you hear this like final crack, and he kind of flies up into the air. And as he flies up into the air, he turns into this strange ethereal mist that when he hits the ground, it just kind of goes,
You're not even a real.
and he's gone. He's completely gone, destroyed, sent back to the abyss from whence he came.
The lies.
At this point, Queen Grabstab comes over, and in Goblin she says, thank you for saving me life. I appreciate your help. Oh, that was horrible. I have no idea what it was that they wanted.
It was a lie, but I know what we are looking for. I think you have it.
What?
I mean, if it's okay as part of our quest.
Who are you?
I am Datin Khan, soon to be leader of the Grung. And I show her my medal and say, I am on a quest with my army, and I point to my friends.
And you have a note.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you give her the note, and she unrolls the note from Waxinare, and she looks at it, and she reads it very appraisingly, and she goes, based on this and what just happened, I am going to say that what Waxinare says about you is true. She goes, here, I will give you my visage, and she pulls off her mask, and she hands it to you. She goes, I do not know how it will help you, though, but I wish you well on your journey. And at this point, like, the entire arena is flooded with Grung.
Ah!
As your tribe, which appears to, your army, which appeared to have been held back previously, come running into the arena. And by running, I mean jumping and bounding and like this.
I'm pulling arrows, and I'm like, not to the back.
Yeah, my
like,
daggers.
moving my back
Well, then
to
you realize
the
these are your
side.
people.
Yeah, but I don't know anything about that.
Oh yeah, right. And they all come around, and there's a kind of like a grung dance right there in the middle, on top of big zombie Froghemoth in the middle of the arena, as you appear to have freed them from the Golden Croak. That's Over the next few days, some things that you discover.
Can I do something really quick?
You sure can.
All right, so I walk over to Bleep, and I say, hey, boy, I saw this Sambiquaz in there. And then I hand him his brother's dagger, and then I kind of pat him on the shoulder, and I said, I wish there was more I could do.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
Things that you guys discover over the next few days. One, you're still not sure how to become a gold grung. You have these things and you don't know what to do with them. The person
Amble
who
doesn't know.
the person who had that information, well, he just understood the vision. He doesn't know how to actually make it happen. Wow, they've come to take us away.
Oh, jeez. There's a parade with the fire trucks.
Yay!
That said, Amble foretells a long journey for you and your people to figure this out. And that's where we're going to end our season 1 for One Grung Above.
Yeah,
Hey!
that was a good one.
So,
Yay!
Woo!
We win!
Before we go, I know we have to go, but Rudy and I picked something up specifically for you, Chris Lindsay, that we're going to mail to you. We want to show it to you first.
okay.
This is from Maui.
Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty large.
Look at that.
There's your golden croak of lies.
That's awesome. There were no lies, just some mild deceptions. So I want to thank everybody out there for joining us on this first season. Hopefully we'll have a second season. I'll be looking forward to doing that this next fall. And in the meantime, there may be more Grung stories coming out. We'll see what happens. So my name is Chris Lindsay. You can see me online at Onnatrix, ONNATRYX. And Sig, tell us who you are.
Hey, I'm Sig Neutron. You can catch me at Sig Neutron on Twitter and Instagram, and I also have my own Twitch, which is twitch.tv/Sig Neutron, where I do sculpting and play games and all kinds of fun stuff.
Awesome. Lauren, tell us who you are.
I'm Lauren Urban, also known as Obo Crazy. You can find me at Obo Crazy. You can find me at obocrazy.com. You can also find my podcast called Dungeon Drunks, and where we play D&D every single week for you in audio format, and that's at Dungeon Drunks. And this was so much fun. Thank you.
Thank you guys for playing. And Rudy, tell us who you are.
I am Rudy Rudenberg. You can find me on all the socials at Rudy Woot, and I am Beleep, and I run from Sirens. I Dungeon Master on the next episode, or the next thing coming up, which would be Fury's Fate. But I think what I might do is run 7-3 for my guys, since my ladies are sick. So if you want to see one of the Adventures League modules run by the actual writer for it, we could have a good time with that, and we could see some dinosaur races and stuff.
6 p.m.
Awesome.
Right here on twitch.tv/D&D.
Fantastic.
Anything else?
Well, my turn.
Satine, tell us who you are.
I'm Satine Phoenix at Satine Phoenix on all the things. You can find me at Maze Arcana pretty much most of the time. And twitch.tv/Maze Arcana, twitch.tv/D&D Tuesdays, and Dungeon Master Sirens of the Realms, an all-girl bard band plus friends. And GM tips on Geek and Sundry.
Sweet. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We hope to see you again soon.
Thanks, everybody, and thank you to Pelham and Trevor for making everything click behind the
Yep.
scenes. Yeah.
Thanks, Pelham and Trevor.
Thank you, guys.
Bye,
Happy
D&D.
holidays.